Very good morning. Welcome to it. Officially, the weekend has begun. I don't care if you've still got to work today. It's off the cards. No, it's not officially. Promise you still do have to go to work and school. In fact, last day of school for some. We are feeling pumped. We're going to make it our responsibility to kickstart the weekend.
Yeah, I'll absolutely take that. And I think that Gray came to the occasion because look at this outfit. Graham, I am
absolutely
obsessed. I think this is actually your look, Connie, baby.
Well, it's a very important day,
It is.
my friend. It is a vitally important day. I thought maybe I do need to get a little dressed up. His voice is legendary. His music, absolutely unforgettable, and his impact on global entertainment, undeniable. From the opening chant of The Lion King to working with some of the biggest names in the industry, Grammy Award-winning Lebo M has captivated audiences around the world and certainly here in South Africa. And he joins us this morning. He's going to be talking about his much-anticipated concert on the 18th of April. It's right around the corner.
It is literally knocking. And if you stay tuned, Feel Good Fam, you can find out how to win tickets for yourself. And a birdie told me that it's not just Lebo M, but also the legendary Hans Zimmer. The two of those powerhouses getting together.
But how do you earn a seat at that table is what I want to know. And we will be discussing just that, of course, with Lebo a little bit later this week. Can't wait to see him again. It's going to be amazing. Absolutely awesome. But we want to start a conversation right now. Of course, we love the fact that we engage for 3 hours. So let's do that and head over to the socials as we speak. And I'm going to pose this to you guys this morning. On a scale of 1 to 10, what's your pain tolerance? This is a bit of a crazy one. I know, quite dark going into a weekend, but there is a reason. So 1 being stepping on a Lego, I'd put that at like a 10. 10 being the pain that makes you see your ancestors and maybe shed a little tear. There will be signs. Let us know. We'd love to hear from you. We're going to be exploring pain from a different angle this morning, so that's going to inform that conversation. We absolutely are going to kind of take you into a space with a movie called No Pain that sets the tone perfectly. Novocaine with Jack Quaid. He is an incredibly talented and funny man, and he can't feel a thing. We will find out if any of you can stand up. Hit us up on our socials. You can drop us a voice note. We'd love to connect with you. In fact, if you want to pose any questions or put any comments across for Lebo M, you can do that as well. But we'd love to hear from you throughout the next 3 hours. So let's give you a couple of talking points, get into those news and sporting headlines, then the fun can begin.
Thank you so much, G-Man. 2 minutes after 6, it's time to get into your national news headlines first. Social grant beneficiaries now have until April the 30th to replace their SASSA Gold cards with Postbank Black cards. Now, Minister Kumbutso Chivani announced the extension, allowing the remaining 800,000 beneficiaries time to switch. Postbank has met most Reserve Bank requirements for grant repayments, with only card replacements pending. So far, 1.4 million of 2.8 million beneficiaries have swapped cards. Now, the new cards are available at select retailers, including Shoprite, Checkers, Pick n Pay, and Boxer stores. In other national news, Water and Sanitation Minister Phemi Mojadina says water shortages stem from failing infrastructure rather than supply issues. Now, speaking at the National Water and Sanitation in Daba, she highlighted corruption, illegal connections and vandalism as major challenges. The government is working with the Special Investigating Unit to crack down on water mafias and recover stolen funds. Municipalities owe 24 billion rand to water boards, risking service collapse. To prevent this, funds are being redirected, though the strains are the essential services. In your international news making headlines, Europe is mobilizing on a scale, quote, not seen for decades, end quote, to sustain a Ukraine peace deal, UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer said at a summit in Paris. Leaders from 27 nations met with President Vladimir Zelensky to discuss supporting Ukraine and maintaining a ceasefire. Now, President Emmanuel Macron pledged 2 billion euros to military aid, including missiles, warplanes and air defenses. While Ukraine and Russia initially agreed to partial ceasefires, Moscow later insisted that they were conditional on lifting Western sanctions. Allies accused Russia of stalling peace talks, calling it a, quote, classic from the Putin playbook. Meanwhile, the arrest of South Sudan's first Vice President, Riek Machar, has plunged the country into crisis, with opposition leaders declaring the 2018 peace deal void. Armed forces detained Machar at his Juba residence, escalating tensions between him and President Salva Kiir. The United Nations and Western nations have condemned the move, warning of potential conflict. Juba remains calm but heavily militarized. The US and UK embassies have reduced staff and advised citizens to leave the country. And closing off your first bit of news on this Friday morning, the Outeniqua Choo-Choo, South Africa's last full-service stream train, is set to be restored after nearly 2 decades of silence. A multi-million rand tender has been awarded to revive the railway line, with negotiations already underway. Once a vital part of the Garden Route's heritage, the train ran between George and Knysna for 78 years, carrying over 100,000 passengers annually, many of them international tourists. Now, its familiar whistle, lost since the devastating 2006 floods, may soon pierce the coastal air once more. The prospect of its return rekindles nostalgia, promising to breathe new life into Cape tourism and restore a beloved piece of South African history. We'll definitely keep our eyes on that and keep you up to date with the developing story. For now, though, let's head into some sports with Graham.
Yes, thanks so much. Let's get this train out of the station. Let's be honest, the IPL well out the station now. Nicholas Purran delivering a breathtaking 70 off just 26 balls to propel the Lucknow Super Giants to a commanding 5-wicket win over the Sunrisers Hyderabad yesterday. So despite posting a competitive 190 for 9 after being put into bat first, the Sunrisers falling short on a batting-friendly pitch. Lucknow cruising to 193 for 5 in just 16.1 overs, and a half-fit Mitch Marsh already making his impact, used as that impact player, smashing 52 of 31 balls, including 7 fours and 2 sixes. Doesn't need to run, in fact. Now we turn to football, and Barcelona cruised to a 3-0 win over Osasuna last night, going 3 points clear at the top of La Liga. This despite frustration over their rescheduled schedule or fixture list. So Hansi Flick's side extending their unbeaten run to 19 games now. Ferran Torres, Dani Olmo and Robert Lewandowski finding the back of the net there, with Raphinha, of course, being rested post that international duty. Now, staying with footballing news, the Premier League will introduce a special transfer window from the 1st to the 10th of June, allowing Manchester City and Chelsea to register players for the expanded FIFA Club World Cup. So approved by FIFA last October, the window benefits teams competing in the US-hosted tournament, which offers a $1 billion prize pool. Yep, $1 billion, with winners earning up to $125 million. So Chelsea and City qualified by winning the Champions League in 2021 and 23, respectively. Oh, it would be lovely to see them out there. Now let's turn to quite a magical moment in Formula One. Yuki Tsunoda will race for Red Bull at his home Japanese Grand Prix on the 6th of April, with Liam Lawson returning to Racing Bulls in a direct seat swap. So Lawson, who was initially preferred over the experienced Tsunoda when Sergio Perez was dropped, has yet to score alongside Max Verstappen. So Tsunoda, backed by a Honda Red Bull's engine partner until the end of the season, now gets a chance to shine at home at Suzuka. So we'll certainly see how the young man does, but that's where we leave our sport for now. We are talking surfing, we're talking footy, talking everything, and we have got some awesome guests stepping in, so stick around for that. But right now, let's see if the weather is going to play ball ahead of the weekend.
Thank you so much, Gray. Let's get into that first bit of weather for this morning, where the South African Weather Service has issued a yellow level 2 warning for disruptive rainfall over eastern northwest, Gauteng and Mpumalanga Highveld, as well as extreme northeastern KwaZulu-Natal, with possible localized damage and power disruptions. A separate yellow level 2 warning has been issued for damaging winds in parts of the Eastern Cape, affecting settlements, ports and navigation between Oyster Bay and Coffee Bay. Additionally, extremely high fire danger conditions are expected in the Kaimai and Hunter municipalities of the Northern Cape. Now, residents are urged to please take precautions. Let's get into that first sunrise view of the hour. And I don't know what is happening in South Africa right now, but yes, this is another one added to my bucket list. Shariva out in Plettenberg Bay, just showing us how it should be done when you're in and around Plet. Absolutely gorgeous on that side of the world. But don't let that sun fool you. You can only expect a high of 21 degrees today on your side of the world. And remember to keep on sharing those morning views with us. The more the better. 0634088863 is that number to take down if you don't have it already, as we delve into your temperatures for the rest of the country.
Riley's. I'm missing him so much. I feel like I haven't seen him this whole week. No, he, it sounds like, has been spotted in Sea Point. So if you're out there on the prom doing your thing, keep an eye out for the beautiful man. Go and give him a hug from us. We're going to be connecting with him throughout the morning, so cannot wait for that. We've got Lebo M in the house.
I can't wait for that.
It's going to be massive. It must feel like the most incredible homecoming, so cannot wait for that. Yeah. And then, of course, Natasha van Rooyen finally got the win at the Big Bay Surf Pro. Massive opportunity for her. She has come so close so many times, and she is phenomenal, and she's got it. So I cannot wait to see what this means for her.
Absolutely. Raul will catch up with her in just a little bit. And then speaking about sports, we're going to touch base with the EPL, all to do with making dreams come true.
We're a cry risk. I felt like after yesterday, that show kind of ruined us all a little bit. We will be shedding a tear over football. Sports today.
Sports, baby.
Go sports. We're going to see you now.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. As you know sports better than most.
I do.
You know the power of football,
my goodness. Right? Yes, within my household I do. Gets my man into trouble all the time. How about that?
No, we know that football and Fridays, they kind of go hand in hand, thanks to ABSA, the proud official banking partner of the English Premier League.
And we get to see how the EPL actually makes dreams come true for fans around the world, like Isaac, an incredible warrior with a rare condition called Wolf-Hirschhorn syndrome, meaning he develops at a slower rate than other children his age, but his spirit is definitely one to just admire.
Oh man, the boy has a lot of character and he lets it shine. In fact, let's check out how he finally got to meet his dream team.
Oh my goodness.
Hi everyone. I'm looking for someone who is a big Liverpool fan. And he loves to play the guitar. I think his name is Isaac. Are you Isaac?
Yeah.
Oh, nice to meet you. Are you a big Liverpool fan?
Yeah.
Can I sit over here with you as well? Who's that?
Okay.
Oh, is that a good player?
Yeah.
A very good player or a good player?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, Sarah.
How are you?
Get a chair.
That looks like me, huh?
Yeah.
That
Doesn't look like that.
We're gonna have a surprise. Do you want to come with us? Your mummy and daddy are coming with us as well. Look.
Hi.
Why are they here?
Because
what?
like
They like
We
you.
like you. Yeah, we definitely like you.
Come on, then.
Let's go then.
Come on.
Let's go.
Sophia.
So-
Shippy. Oh, this was. Woo. Rachel. Boom, Charlotte. What is that way? Oh, which name is Diogo? Come on, Josh.
Here's the play too. Wait.
Yes, Josh.
Like he's known them all his life. Come on, Chops. Oh,
This
hello,
is not how I
Salah.
thought I would start my morning.
Isaac,
Oh
we
my
love you.
goodness.
I did warn you.
You did.
You did hear me open
I had the
show
tissues on hand.
with a warning. Oh, absolutely beautiful. But now do you understand
The
why?
power of sports, my goodness. It brings people together. It's about connection. I know I joke and say go sports all the time, but I get it. I get it.
Lives change, and it's both ends of the spectrum. So I think we often forget that the players are as deeply affected by the fans as the fans are by the players. And there's so much culture. There's little Scouser accent
Oh my
coming through there. And I'm sorry.
Because they like me.
I doubt Liverpudlians want to be called cute on a random Friday morning, but that was the sweetest little accent, just absolutely beautiful. For those players, what that must have been as a moment of validation to know how important their work is, just imagine.
Oh, I love how he greeted Salah with first name basis.
I know,
Like, hey,
100%.
How you doing?
Yeah, Van Dijk,
What's
nice.
up?
Yeah, I love the whole tone of that.
Goodness.
It's just absolutely magic,
So
man.
sweet. Okay, let me wipe my tears away and ask you a question, Gray. What does the EPL mean to fans, and how does football become a beacon of hope, inspiration, and joy? I mean, I think this one is pretty clear.
It's a fast forward. It's,
Yeah.
you know, you hear me use the term quantum connections a lot of the time. Those kind of connections that defy socio-economic, they defy nationality, they defy all of those barriers, those things that cage us and hold us back. Sport is a fast forward for, we know, a player, and I know very few get to enjoy that privilege of making it as a sportsman. But along that path, again, to use a term I use all the time, but behind it is a wake of growth, development, inspiration, positivity, whether those children are making it on the top field or not. There is such magic woven into the journey of sport. I love it. I love it. We get to live our dreams and fight our battles on those fields with those warriors. And it's as important for the fans as it is for the players. You could hear it in his little voice, man. Just absolutely amazing.
Oh, it was a sheer joy. It's
How are we
so
going to make it through the
crazy.
rest of today?
I don't know if we're starting off like this, imagine. But again, testament to the power of sport. It really is life-changing, like you said, for both the players, the team members, the fans.
I've realized for the right fan, it's actually priceless. So now my mates are on this era of taking their kids to the stadium, okay? Which is quite a thing. But when you've lived through 3 generations of following a club, you love it and you don't fully understand. Your dad went to St. James's Park. I don't understand why the Magpies are so awesome. And then you get to experience it. You get to meet a player, a past player, a current player. You get to walk into one of these stadiums. It's a different kind of, it's compound culture over years, generations. It's amazing. Football has a very special place in the world.
I think so. Now I feel guilty for swapping over from one team to the other. They said I couldn't. I said,
Don't
hey,
worry,
man.
you're not alone, girl. You're not alone. It's okay.
Oh my goodness, my loyalty is always tested, man. Okay, well, this story is the epitome of ABSA's slogan, your story matters, of course, you know. How important it is to partner with initiatives that give people the platform to tell their story. You can tell it's absolutely vital.
Oh man, and what an impact. So, would you like to be like Isaac and get a chance to see Arne Slot and the boys in person? Well, ABSA are giving you the chance to win tickets to see Liverpool up against Arsenal live at Anfield. Oh, my word. So how do you get there? You got to swipe, you got to tap, or you got to scan for 5,000 Rand or more and then stand a chance to win. As simple as that. Exclusive to ABSA Rewards members only. And those T's and C's apply. Now we got your attention.
Go Gunners!
How dare you?
Whew, all right, tears out the way. Let's get into tears of joy, maybe, perhaps, because Mzansi, the Powerball jackpot storm guaranteed at 81 million Rand this Friday is your chance to make it rain lots of cash this March.
That one kind of snuck up on us. 81 million. So what are you waiting for? You can buy your tickets now in store online, nationallottery.co.za. You can go there, mobile app. You can use cell phone banking. You can go old school dial *120 *7529 hash for the USSD. Easy.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. We posted all these details on our Expresso social pages. Go check us out, give us a follow, and then Panda Push and Play Powerball for the guaranteed, listen to this, 81 million Rand jackpot today. And you could just make and win.
I love that, man. Yeah. I just keep wanting to double check that number. It's just so ridiculously big, 81. So we mentioned Natasha van Groenen finally got the win. And we cannot wait to connect with her and Ryle, who is in a beautiful new location. He looks very stylish to be in, let's call it the most stylish residence in South Africa.
Come on, we've officially said it. It is the truth. Not only that, we also get into one Expresso viewer who might win something big. It is the Bokomo Powerball competition. And keep your phones on loud, because we'll be calling someone today.
Someone won a year's supply of their favorite cereal from Bokomo.
Oh, I could only
okay, I'm
dream.
just saying.
Yummy. Lots and lots up for grabs. Please stick around to see if you could be the lucky winner.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
What's happening? We're live right here. You caught us in the act because I'm so excited chatting to this champion. It's Natasha van Gienen. And a reminder, we are live from Sea Point. What you might have seen in the background if the sun was up, because we're always here at the crack of dawn, is an ocean. And the ocean's there for a reason, because this champion just claimed her first World Surf League qualifying series title. And we're celebrating it right now. Natasha, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, you
Thanks
still
for
got
having
this,
me.
still got the stoke from the weekend's win?
Yeah, I think I'm just kind of living through it in the week, and every day is like another day, and I'm just like thinking about it, like living in the moment and really enjoying it.
But listen, this is a huge, huge victory for you. Obviously, you've been skirting at becoming a champion, always maybe getting a second or just losing out on that title. But this time you came through going up against quite a big gun, Zoe Steyn, which I know you have quite a bit of a friendly rivalry, to say the least. What was that feeling like, obviously claiming that title and your first at that with the World Surf League's qualifying series?
Oh yeah, it was amazing. I mean, it was great to have a heat with a friend. You know, it's always nice to be in the water with your friends, but also, you know, you want to beat your friends sometimes.
Yeah.
So it was really great to be in the water. We both really put our best foot forward, and to come away winning that was just like an amazing feeling. I remember like we gave each other a hug afterwards. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy right now. And she's like, I'm so happy for you. So it was really fun to have that experience with her.
Oh, that's special. And this wasn't an easy one, right? Because obviously this was meant to take place at Vic Bay, which it did. But then halfway through the comp towards the final rounds, you end up having to surf at Herald's Bay. A complete new environment, a complete different wave. That's a challenge on its own. How did you adjust to that and the pressure?
Yeah, so Vic Bay is like a point break, and that's kind of where I was training and getting ready for the event. And then day one happened there, but day two, our finals day, we got moved to Herald's because of surf conditions. And I'd had one surf there, but when I was a junior, I did some training there. So when I went back, I was like, oh, this is actually, I remember this place.
Oh,
it was
wow.
super fun. And kind of going there, I was like, let's reset. Now I'm on a beach break. It's going to be completely different scoring potential and opportunities. But I was just really happy that there were ways for us to surf, and that I could like put my best foot forward out there and really push it.
Yeah, and I think you're putting both your feet forward when you think about the fact that you literally had to adjust on the fly, but somehow you conquered the challenge and you strive to that championship spot. What happens next, though? Because this is great momentum. This means some good points for you as well in the bigger scheme of things, right? But where do we go from here?
So this weekend we actually have a contest in Komaki.
Okay.
And then hopefully onto the Challenger Series, which will be taking part like around the world in different countries.
Whoa, we're going international.
Yeah.
And the preparation for a local versus international comp, once you hopefully do get there, how different is that exactly?
Well, I try to keep it the same, but it's obviously different because now I'm in a different country. I don't really have the same support crew around me. You know, like usually I'll have my parents with me, but I don't have that. So it is a bit different.
It is a bit different. Listen, I must say though, the weather is looking great. I don't know, Mzansi, if you can see it right now, but the sun is slowly coming up. It's shooting up behind us. The ocean is going to light up, much like the rest of Sea Point. And we're live right now talking about incredible things, ushering ourselves into the weekend and doing it with champions like Natasha. So I'm going to say good luck for the rest of the prep ahead of Cape Town's event, because I know there's some good weather. Where are you going to be practicing for it?
At Long Beach and Komaki.
Oh, yeah. Right. Well, if you want to crack into a wave and you want to see a champion out there, then maybe you also want to get to Long Beach. But right now, we're staying right here in Sea Point, and we're not going anywhere because we've got a lot to still look forward to. Good chow, good conversation, and we also got a little bit of dancing happening too. Tasha, do you dance? When you're on the surfboard?
Yeah, that's my dancing.
Apart from the shortboarding, though, I mean, you do also have a little bit of a longboarder in you, and that's where we might actually see some dancing, right?
Yeah, I've tried doing a bit of longboarding. I think for now I'm going to stick to shortboarding. It's more my style.
Yeah.
But you know, I love longboarding. I love the beauty of it, and watching other people do it is just so stunning.
Listen, I've just come from like KZN, and I've been on the coastline and seen some of the women in the ocean doing incredible things, and I think there's this sort of a change in terms of the landscape. Obviously gents have been surfing forever, but it's great to see females grabbing that baton right now. I know a lot of females out there and young girls probably looking at you being like, Mom, I want to be like Natasha, what do I do? What sort of words of advice do you have for them just in terms of like getting into a sport like surfing and ensuring that they can still have fun while doing it? Because it seems like you've cracked that code.
Yeah, I think for me it's just like, just put yourself out there, you know, and if you see older girls in the water that you feel like you can look up to, like approach them, because all of us really want to support the younger generation. So, you know, come up to us, say something, and we'll help you.
Okay, well, if I see you as well, I might do the same thing because I'm trying to get my surf game on. Coming from a longboard to something like this, it requires a lot of skill set as well. You're not maybe just surfing on the board. You do training elsewhere beyond the ocean?
Yes, yeah. So I do some training, obviously in the gym at Musenberg, but I also do a lot of paddling at home. I live on a flay, so
Oh,
I do
nice.
some
But
water
the
training.
marina side, okay.
Yes,
Nice,
yeah.
that's awesome. Listen, I got to thank you again for coming out here. I know you have such a busy schedule, so I'm glad we could pull you out of the ocean just to get a bit of what's going on in your life and wishing you nothing but the best. I think from us at Expresso, we're going to get you back here once you claim that title as well. So I hope you're ready for another interview.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, congratulations, Pasha. Have an incredible preparation for the next one. And yeah, Zanzi, it's just getting started out here in Sea Point. Like I said, there's a lot to look forward to. Not just this champion, but we've got good food, good conversation, and even a Friday dance. So Sea Point's where it's at. We're ushering into the weekend, and we won't go anywhere. We'll see you soon, Mzansi. Booyah. Look at that view.
Absolutely stunning. And let me tell you that this is the winner's circle because congratulations are going to continue in just a little bit because it's Friday. And you know what that means. It's time for the Bokomo Powerball. Now, with a mix of luck and excitement, 3 lucky callers will get the chance to spin and win incredible prizes. So let's get straight to the caller. Good morning, Aletta Welsh.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm so good, Aletta. How's your Friday so far?
Very good so far.
That's good, and I'm hoping it's going to get even better. So, Aletta, let me just remind you how this works, right? On our Powerball board, we have 6 bowls, and each are marked with a letter spelling Bokomo. So it's B-O-K-O-M-O. And you will need to choose one of the bowls, which will reveal an exciting prize. And there are definitely so many incredible things to get your hands on. So, Aletta, over to you. Which letter am I going for?
I'm going to choose the M.
The M, ooh, a bottom center. Let me call in our regular bottom spinner. Let's go. Please go ahead, Lucy. Whoa, Aletta, you won a year's supply of Bokomo cereals.
Sorry, I couldn't hear.
Okay, we need a moment for this because this is huge. You have won 1 year's supply of Bokomo cereals.
Oh, wonderful,
Oh
wonderful.
my
Thank you so
goodness,
much.
thank you. What is your favorite cereal? Are we talking Wheat Bix, some Oaties? What is your go-to?
Oaties.
I love Oaties as well. I might come around to you for breakfast at some point later, considering you'll have a whole lot at your place. How do you feel right now?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Beautiful. Do you have a favorite flavor of Oaties?
My favorite one is the cream soda.
Oh, that is a different one. I love that, Aletta. A little spicy, a little different. Well, congratulations once again. I'm so excited for you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh my goodness, Aletta is a huge winner, a lucky winner at that, and walked away with 1 year's supply of Bokomo cereals. But listen, Expresso, there is still so much more to come, so stick around to see what our next caller unlocks in the Bokomo Powerball. The M is taken, a couple more letters to get through. Keep your eyes right here to see what it is.
We're going to dance our way through the rest of this Friday. In fact, if you are wanting to get it on the beauty fair at Woolies, Carissa's going to take you through her hot picks. She has got some absolute gems for you, some incredible deals. And then we're going to get into the SA teams in the URC. It's playoff time. Who is going to progress to the quarterfinals? Who's got what it takes? Lorenzo Darius will step into studio to help us unpack all of that. We'll see you now.
Want to give your child a head start? Brainchild offers multivitamins and omega-3s that help bridge the gap in your child's diet for healthy growth and development. Stand a chance to win one of 5 hampers, including the full product range, a backpack, water bottle, and 1,000 Rand Take-A-Lot voucher. Simply visit brainchild.co.za, look out for the pop-up banner, and fill in your details. Competition closes Friday, 28 March. T's and C's apply. Brainchild bridges the gap.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh yes, and welcome back to C Point. We are live, and you know who this is. Lorenzo Darius in the building. How are you doing, brother?
I am so excited for this weekend. We've got rugby all around.
Yep.
Yeah, and look at this view. I'm finally doing something in Sea Point. I feel like Mama, I made it.
We have made it. A reminder to you, Mzansi, we're out here at Sea Point live ahead of the weekend, bringing you into something different. And it's just the vibes, the gears, and all the lekkerness. And as you can see, the sun is peeking through. It is behind us now, so you won't see a full bright sun, but you'll see the effects of it. And more so, the effects of what's happening right now is we get into the crescendo of the URC playoffs. We took, what, about 5 games left, I believe, Lorenzo?
5 games.
So things are heating up. What's it looking like for the South African teams? Because I'm looking at some of the matches ahead, and there's a lot going down here. I don't know what teams you want to chat about
look,
first.
the thing is, we've got all of them that's doing quite well. And for me, this weekend, it's going to be the Sharks versus Leinster. The #1 team, Sharks struggling against Zebra last weekend, just winning by 1 point. But the thing about this match is the fact that the Bulls then beat Leinster with that last-minute penalty last week. So they're wounded at the moment. So it's going to be, the Sharks should be either smiling or be very, very worried about that.
Well, let's look at the momentum that they've generated and what they're up against, because they're playing tomorrow night. It's 7:15 up against Leinster, right?
Yes.
What's your thoughts on this? This is going to be a tough one, right?
Look, it's going to be a tough one. Leinster, quite a good defensive team. The Sharks stacked with Springboks. They should be winning every single game on paper. It reminds me of MI Cape Town over the last 2 seasons in the SA20. Good on paper, just not performing on the pitch.
Yes.
And I think that they would have gone back, the Sharks would have gone back, done their homework, looked at what the Bulls did, and tried to be better than last week. Because, come on, against Zebra, yes, they've beaten certain teams like Ulster and Edinburgh, but it's going to be a tough one. And then the Stormers, the Bulls taking on Zebra the weekend. Like I said, the Zebra has been giving everyone problems as the Italian outfit, the Italian Stallions, if I could put it like that. They are going out there and they're actually showing that they are better than what people think they are. You know, the Italian team always struggling in the Six Nations, getting the wooden spoon. A little bit better than Wales this year, if I can put it like that.
Oh, the shade.
No, the shade is there. But the Italians with Zebra, you know, they've really shown that they've come out and they've grown this year, and they've put a lot more effort into it. I don't see them beating the Bulls at Loftus. I think Jake White has their number. It's going to be tough for them to actually do that. But they won't have Willie Leroux in the team. He's gone for surgery. So the talisman that's at the back, not there, but I feel that they do have the star power.
Yeah, and I mean, look at Zebra with that close, narrow defeat. They must be thinking, hey, guys, we can do this. Let's take this momentum and let's just close that gap.
Yeah.
You mentioned Stormers earlier. They're playing today.
The Stormers are playing.
9:30 against Ulster.
Yeah.
This is going to be a tough one, and I'm looking at the rest of the lineup for them. In the next 5 games, they've got Ulster, they've got Connacht, they've got Benetton, they've got the Dragons and Cardiff. But first things first, Ulster tonight, that's going to be a proper challenge. Obviously, they did claim that win last week. Robbie Gillette was speaking quite highly of them.
Yes, they did. He was a bit worried also with certain things, but it was good to see Sasha Feinberg and Goma Zulu back, as well as Damian Willemse. We did lose Dion Fourie. I think that was to a concussion. So it's going to be a tough one, but we've lost to Ulster 35-5. I think the last match, I speak under correction, 35-5. So it's going to be a tough one for the boys. But I feel that because of that win last week, they could definitely do it.
Awesome, man. And now mentioning the Lions, the 4th team from South Africa. How are we feeling about them, man? Not such a great one last weekend, I think.
Yeah, unlucky. Unlucky. They should have taken that one. But they're playing Glasgow Warriors, the defending champions. So come on. When you've been a professional, you know, when others were on the sand laying next to you and they were like, it's Rao, the fastest man on sand. It's a bit intimidating because they've got nothing to lose, but you've got everything to lose. But the pressure is actually like, can I take him on? I'm nervous. Psychologically, the champions are the ones that should take the win, and the champions being at home, it's going to be a tough one for them. Mentally, they'll need to have to dig deep. When we travel, we do tend to struggle as South African teams. And I feel that them being, you know, the defending champions, it's going to be a tough one for the Lions.
It's going to be a tough one, man. But I think with the Lions, this is an opportunity for them to really showcase the fact that there's firstly no pressure on them, like you mentioned, because the pressure's all on the champions.
Still pressure.
But it's a good kind of pressure. It's a pressure that allows you to show up, allows you to take some risks, and allows you to maybe use this as an opportunity to get the points and turn their momentum around. Because after Glasgow, they've got Edinburgh, they've got Benetton, and then there's Connacht coming through. So it looks like it's a tough one, but it does get better if they can claim this one.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I feel that the Lions, they do have it tough. And look, out of the 16 teams, 15 can still qualify for the playoffs. So they do have a chance to qualify. They need to get those wins. You know, if this was the beginning of the season and losing bonus points, it would be okay because it would help at the end of the season. But now we're at the end of the season, so losing is not an option. You need to win so that we get into that top 8, so that we have all 4 of our South African teams there. The Bulls are doing quite well, 3rd place. 4th place with the Sharks now. The Stormers are finally making their way there, and then the Lions are just a little bit below that. So they need to get these wins. They'll need to dig deep, and I know they can do it, though.
Oh, well, Lorenzo, I can't thank you enough for coming through. Always hyping us ahead of the GOC matches, and that's a reminder. Tonight it's going down. The Stormers are up first, and hopefully they can stay in that top 8 and crack it into the playoffs. For now, though, we're going to kick it back to the studio, and we'll be back right here because, as you can see, things are brightening up in Sea Point. Lorenzo's ready for his weekend, so he's going to be off, but we've got a lot more gears coming through. So, Mzansi, don't go anywhere. We'll be back with something maybe a little bit delicious. Ooh, stick around.
Oh, we're definitely looking forward to that. So much excitement happening out in Sea Point in Cape Town. For now, though, Expresso fam, I've got the ultimate weekend scoop just for you. It is the Woolworths Beauty Festival, and it is back this weekend only, giving you 25% off 2 selected beauty products. That's the perfect excuse to suck up on all your must-haves, from skincare to makeup and also fragrances. So I've got a beautiful display before me, and I'm going to start with smelling good, all right? Because yes, you do want to choose to get that 25% off. And we're going to start off one of my favorite fragrances. Now, this is Jean-Paul Gaultier, and it's all about that Lebo Paradise Garden. I am obsessed with fragrances because it has that power to really take you back to the year that you wore it, the moment that you wore it, and definitely is catered to every single kind of personality. Now, this right here, this was my 2023 fragrance. If I walked around, you would definitely smell Jean-Paul Gaultier on me. Just the bottle alone brings so much nostalgia and beautiful memories back to me. I am here for it. It's got a beautiful blend of floral and amber, and also some aquatic notes. Very fresh, very light, absolutely stunning. We've got some gorgeous fragrances for men and women, from Izumiyaki to Burberry, Boss and Coach. So whatever your budget is telling you, Woolies has definitely got you sorted. And you all know when you spend a little bit more, it lasts a little bit longer. And let's get into some skincare. You cannot have great makeup without taking care of your skin. And W Beauty definitely knows exactly what it takes to have those everyday essentials make you look absolutely good, from body care to skin care. This is also becoming one of my favorite products of all. It's the Even Tone Intensive Skin Tissue Oil. It is so good, enriched with so many great things like grapeseed, sweet almond. It is derma tested, and it will make you feel and look absolutely gorgeous. So make sure that you get that on your body, some skincare for you to look and feel your best self, and of course have that radiant glow. Moving from there, let's get into the Bath and Body Station, which we have right here. I absolutely love this. You also have the Firming Skin Lotion, which is the intensive range, and you get different colors. So there's the pink range, there's the blue range. Whatever you need for your body needs, Woolworths has got you sorted. If you need that ultra hydration when it comes to autumn, winter, or even the more pricier ones like the Sol de Janeiro for that luxury feel, or if you want to splurge on some local brands like W Beauty, they definitely have something for you. In front of me, this is for your face. Absolutely love these. This is my cult go-to product. It is the Glow Skin Toner. Once again, I have to shout out Kay Yams for putting us all onto this, and it has definitely been a staple in my wardrobe. Another beauty cult classic is the Clarins Double Serum. Absolutely love this to get the skin glow going. My goodness, I could talk about this forever. All right, let's move on from skincare and body care over to makeup. You can see the beautiful display before you. Now, for me, I love the W Beauty products. They're absolutely gorgeous. It's a one-stop shop for all your makeup must-haves, and it definitely is so good when it comes to pigment, when it comes to lasting longer. And then they've got all the brands you know and love. I'm a big fan of Maybelline, and these super stays last all day. They definitely stay on your face. They've got Maybelline, they've got some Estee Lauder Double Wear, which is also a classic. The selection is just endless, and I absolutely am obsessed with these cream little beauty blushes. They are so good. I've got like an orangey type of one. I'm actually wearing it today, so it definitely will do the things for you. Come summer, winter, autumn, spring, Woolworths has got you sorted. All right, let's get into some hair care. I don't know if you know this, Expresso fam. If you tuned into the OG days last year when I just started, you'll know that I've got naturally curly hair. And all of these products definitely help when it comes to that. These ones in particular, this range is absolutely stunning. It is the Charlotte Mensa Mankati Oil Salt Scrub. This one in particular gets right down to your roots to make sure that product buildup is no longer there. And then they've also got a beautiful oil conditioner, making sure that the hydration stays within your fabulous hair. And I've been using these ones a lot lately because they smell so gorgeous. So what Woolworths has done has brought the salon into your homes with these beautiful, beautiful products. It is the Steam Bar range. You can get, in fact, a home steamer along with the satin bonnet. And then I love this serum so much, and it is specifically for your scalp. It'll take care of all the needs that you need. So you can tell Woolworths has got you covered. They are, in fact, your beauty besties when it comes to making sure you look and feel your most confident and beautiful self. So my only question to you is, what are you waiting for? Get to your nearest Woolworths Beauty and shop the Beauty Festival. Now you can get 25% off 2 selected beauty products. I'm very curious about what you're going to go for, plus an extra 5% when you pay with your Woolies store or credit card. Now this offer is valid until this Sunday, the 30th of March. And of course you can use it in-store, online, or on the Woolies app. Now T's and C's do apply and can be found on the website woolworths.co.za. In fact, I want to get a spritz of this one.
Come back to me, Bongi. Come back to me. Stop trying to lure my guests away, okay? Bongi Mvuyana is here with a very powerful new offering. Power is out. You must be so excited.
Yes, I'm absolutely excited, and I'm so happy to be here.
Oh, man, we are so happy to have her here. That's because we've heard the sound checks already. She is sounding exquisite this morning, and she has come just for you. So I hope you're ready for that performance. Then we can't have a view like the gents and ladies down in Sea Point have. Royal Broadcasting from My Design Rules. Exquisite winning apartment and probably one of the best views in the world. So let's have a fish braai. In fact, I think the coals are on as we speak. We'll start braaiing after this. Welcome back, you beauties. We promised you an amazing performer, and she is here, and she is feeling it this morning. Bongi Mvuyana is one of South Africa's most captivating voices, blending soul, jazz, and a whole lot more. There is emotion underpinning this voice, and her album Power has a lot underpinning it. It's a personal, must-listen masterpiece, and I think I'm still underselling it, that delves into love, into growth, and resilience. And she's here to chat about her broader musical journey, and yes, give us an epic live performance. I know we don't have a studio audience, but can we muster a round of applause, Bongi? Welcome to the show. Pew, 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 pew. Please, can we bring a vuvuzela in here, just so we can add a little extra power?
Hey.
Oh, I'm dying to know. There are a million questions I want to ask, but I can't escape this word. Are you feeling powerful at the moment?
Of course.
Bongi, how are you?
I am feeling absolutely powerful. This has been such a great experience, like putting together this album, releasing it now on tour, and completely as an independent artist. For the first time in my career, I'm actually 100% independent doing this.
Congratulations.
So it's just been so incredible.
How different is it doing it like that? I know a lot more challenging, I would imagine, but the reward's so much greater.
Absolutely. I've learned more about the music industry as an independent artist than I have before. I mean, my first album, I released it with a label that I was with back then, and I learned a lot with them too. But I think that when I'm doing it as an independent artist, you go all the way from being the visionary, writing the songs, you have to be the executive producer, you have to be the financier, you have to find the funding.
Gotta be the critic.
Exactly, the critic, and there's so much that's on you, but I think that it really does stretch you, your capacity just grows, and I think that as a businesswoman, I've grown more in the past 2 years.
I was going to say that. Do you see the music as a product now, or is it still the same thing? Has that perception shifted?
So I have to balance that, right? So I have to remember that as much as I've got the business hat on and I see the product, I'm still an artist. So like I've got people in my team like Georgia, who's like, she's like
That's my daughter's name, by the way, so I know there's a lot of fire there.
Yeah, lots of fire, but like I really, she helps me to keep that balance because she handles the business when I need to be an artist. And that's so important for me.
You are a performer, and looking at you perform, I would imagine all of your enjoyment is there. But if you had to split those two, because you're about to hit the road, so you get to revel in those live performances now, but have you enjoyed the creative process and informing that part of the journey? Because you've got to dig a little deeper when you're writing the words down, when you're making that kind of marker, right?
Yeah, so the creative process is so personal because I'm literally writing stories that I've lived. So I have to relive a lot of the stuff that I've gone through and figure out how do I put this in a way that captures this moment in an artistic way, in a way that somebody else will also relate to. So it's a beautiful process, and then choosing the composers and the producers is also a great part of that process. But then I love performing because then I get to see you guys and how the music kind of, how you respond to it and how you enjoy it with me. And it's just this entirely different energy that I absolutely love. I can't choose which part of the process I love. I love
it's like
both.
choosing a favorite child, and I would
No.
never ask you to do that. We all know we have one favorite, but it's fine. I'm not going to ask you to do that live in studio. No, I absolutely love that notion because you can let go, and every night it's going to be a different transaction because it's a different audience.
Exactly.
There is something magical in that. Do you process when you write? Because I'm looking at all of the artists that sit on this amazing couch of manifestation, I like to call it, seem to be mentally good. It feels like you are using your arts, your creative side to process, and then we get to lean on that and enjoy and revel in those emotions. But does it work like that for you? If you had to pick one of these transformative songs for you, has it changed you, and have you been able to get there?
Yes, so when I write, I definitely do use it as like, it's a cathartic process, but I also use it to like also understand what I'm thinking and feeling. Sometimes by writing the song, I'm like, actually, this is how I feel about it, right? This incident. So like, for instance, one of the songs that I'm going to perform, the first one, it's called Where Do We Go? It's actually a progression of a song called I Don't Know Why in my first album. So the first...
Now you've arrived.
Exactly.
Now you've arrived, girl. If you've got a part two, boom.
You see, so the first one is about me being sad about the breakup of a relationship. Then many years later, you know, there was a conversation had about, do we explore this again? and then I write about that. So it does help you to process.
I want to ask you quite a cheeky comment, because there's been a lot of talk about the algorithms within music now and how we loop music. Great music, but it doesn't take us on a journey. There's no bridge to take us to a new emotional space. Is that something that you're conscious of when you're writing and creating this music, that someone needs to be taken from point A to point B, or are you happy for the music just to let it go?
So for me, I don't even write for algorithms, you know? I write stories. And so when I look at a story, a song, I look at the progression of the story, and then I look at how vocally and as well as musically, how we actually allow the song to develop and progress, and how it captivates the actual emotion that I want people to feel. So sometimes I'll remove instruments or bring them in just to make sure that people are feeling what I'm intending on conveying.
Oh man, and I'm feeling it already. I'm just thinking of Sting now, and how much of a pressure point this is for him, for the great singer-songwriters in the world. Oh, they will be applauding you right now. We love you, we love the way you sound, but I think most important, we love the power in the energy, and Bongi is going to be, well, spreading it across the entire country, and yes, she's going to be going on tour. We'll give you those details, but she's going to be performing here first. So before we get too excited, let's get back into those official duties and do the news and the sport, and this performance to come.
Thank you so much, Gray and Bongi. Just moments before we hit 7 o'clock, so it's time to get into your national news headlines first, where the Gautrain Management Agency is exploring ways to make travel more affordable as commuter numbers decline due to hybrid work models. Now, spokesperson Albi Modise says a public-private partnership has been signed to attract more passengers and ensure Gautrain's sustainability. Plans include extending a rail link to townships like Soweto and Mamelodi, and Modise highlights flexible pricing and more frequent services as key factors. With cost being the main consideration for commuters, these changes could significantly expand Gautrain's customer base. In other national news, social grant beneficiaries now have until April the 30th to replace their SASSA Gold cards with Postbank Black cards. Minister Kumbutso Chevani announced the extension, allowing the remaining 800,000 beneficiaries time to switch. Now, Postbank has met most Reserve Bank requirements for grant payments, with only card replacements pending. So far, 1.4 million of 2.8 million beneficiaries have swapped cards. Now, the new cards are available at select retailers, and it does include ShopRite, Checkers, Pick n Pay, and Boxer stores. In your international news making headlines, a tourist submarine sank off Egypt's Red Sea coast, killing 6 Russian passengers, including 2 children. Now, the vessel, Sinbad, carried 45 people with 39 survivors, rescued 9 injured, 4 critically. The Russian embassy in Egypt confirmed that all passengers were Russian. The accident occurred near the Hurghada's harbour, a major diving destination and tourist hotspot. Sinbad had operated for years, offering coral reef tours. Its company says it owns 2 of only 14 real recreational submarines globally. Authorities are still investigating the cause. Meanwhile, Europe is mobilizing on a scale, quote, not seen for decades, end quote, to sustain a Ukraine peace deal, UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer said at a summit in Paris. Now, leaders from 27 nations met with President Volodymyr Zelensky to discuss supporting Ukraine and maintaining a ceasefire. President Emmanuel Macron pledged 2 billion euros in military aid, and that does include missiles, warplanes, and air defenses. While Ukraine and Russia initially agreed to partial ceasefires, Moscow later insisted they were conditional on lifting Western sanctions. Now, allies accused Russia of stalling peace talks, calling it a, quote, classic from the Putin playbook. Closing off your 7 o'clock news, we come back home, where the Otanikwa Choo-Choo, South Africa's last full-service steam train, is set to be restored after nearly 2 decades of silence. A multi-million rand tender has been awarded to revive the railway line, with negotiations already underway. Once a vital part of the Garden Route's heritage, the train ran between George and Knysna for 78 years, carrying over 100,000 passengers annually, many of them international tourists. As familiar whistle, lost since the devastating 2006 floods, may soon pierce the coastal air once more. The prospect of its return rekindles nostalgia, promising to breathe new life into Cape tourism, and restore a beloved piece of South African history. Absolutely love ending off with a feel-good story to put a smile on your face. So we leave your news. Let's head into some sports with Graham.
Thank you so much, my friend. Coming to you with our last bulletin for this Friday morning. Let's start with cricket and more big scoring. Nicholas Pooran delivered a breathtaking 70 off just 26 balls to propel the Lucknow Super Giants to a commanding 5-wicket win over the Sunrisers Hyderabad yesterday. So despite posting a competitive 190 for 9 after being put into bat, the Sunrisers falling short on a batting-friendly pitch. So Lucknow cruising to 193 for 5 in just 16.1 overs, with a half-fit Mitch Marsh weighing in, used as an impact player, smashing 52 of 31 balls, including 7 fours and 2 sixes. Now let's turn to football, and despite the hiccups of missing a few players, Barcelona cruised to a 3-0 win over Osasuna last night, going 3 points clear at the top of La Liga now. So despite the frustration over the rescheduled fixture, Hansi Flick's side extending their unbeaten run to 19 games now. Ferran Torres, Dani Olmo and Robert Lewandowski all on target, with Raphinha, of course, being rested post that international duty. Staying with footballing news, the Premier League will introduce a special transfer window from the 1st to the 10th of June, allowing Manchester City and Chelsea to register players for the expanded FIFA Club World Cup. So approved by FIFA last October, the window benefits teams competing in the US-hosted tournament, which offers an incredible $1 billion prize pool, with winners earning up to $125 million. So Chelsea and City qualified by winning the Champions League in 2021 and 2023, respectively. And then finally, we move to a beautiful moment in Formula One as Yuki Tsunoda will race for Red Bull at his home race, the Japanese Grand Prix, on the 6th of April, with Liam Lawson returning to racing bulls in a direct seat swap. So Lawson, who was initially preferred over the experienced Tsunoda when Sergio Perez was dropped, has yet to score alongside Max Verstappen. I know it's still early days, but Tsunoda, backed by Honda, Red Bull's engine partner until the end of the season, now gets a chance to shine at home at Suzuka. So we certainly wish him well, but that's where we leave our sport for this morning. Hopefully the roads out there are a little less competitive as we get you off to work.
Thank you so much, Gray. Let's touch down with your roads, where in Ashburton, KZN, there has been a major truck accident on the N3 northbound after Ashburton. The right lane is currently closed and heavy delays are being experienced. Now, motorists are advised to avoid the affected area and also exercise extreme caution if you are in the affected area. Moving over to Gauteng, we touch down in Germiston, where there is a stationary vehicle eastbound after Galuli's interchange, and that is affecting the left lane. Now, traffic is slow moving in the affected areas, so please remain cautious. In other areas in Gauteng, in Sandton, back-to-back traffic is being experienced along the N1 northbound at Rivonia Road, and that's resulting in a closed left shoulder with a back-of queue at Malibongwe Drive. Now, please stick to the right side of the road, and if you're heading on out there, please do stay safe and arrive alive. So we leave your roads. Let's head into your weather. The South African Weather Service has issued a yellow level 2 warning for disruptive rain over eastern northwest Gauteng, the Mpumalanga Highveld and extreme northeastern KwaZulu-Natal, with possible localized damage as well as power disruptions. Now, a separate yellow level 2 warning has been issued for damaging winds in parts of the Eastern Cape, affecting settlements, ports and navigation, and that is between Oyster Bay and Coffee Bay. Additionally, extremely high fire danger conditions are expected in the Kaimai and Hunter municipalities out in the Northern Cape. Our residents are urged to take precautions. For your sunrise view of this hour, this one's sent from Pinelands out in Cape Town by Merle. Looking absolutely beautiful, definitely probably from your bedroom window. Just the sun greeting you there, saying, good morning, Merle, happy Friday. On your side, you can expect a high of 26 degrees. Beautiful weather looking ahead in the Pinelands area. And if you too would like to share your morning view, in fact, I recommend even over the weekend, take this number down, 0634088863, and snap away. Expresso family would love to see it going into the next week. But now let's see what your rest of your day is looking like in your temperatures.
All right, so here's the good news. Mzansi, the Powerball jackpot storm guaranteed at 81 million rand. Come on, it's your chance to make it rain lots of cash this March. That's what you got to do.
And when you win, please go ahead and do this too, because you deserve it. But before you get there, I got to ask, what are you waiting for? Buy your tickets now in store. There's nationallottery.co.za, that's the website. There's the mobile app. There's cell phone banking, or simply dial *120 *7529#, and that's for USSD.
And we'll keep those details up on the Expresso social, so you can go check them out at your leisure and just make sure you take part. Just go punt or push or play that Powerball for a guaranteed 81 million rand in the jackpot today. You could be winning millions.
Oh my goodness.
Lots of them.
I wish I won millions, and what I would do with it is buy the ocean. Am I allowed to do that?
Well, you can buy a place by the ocean.
I could.
Okay, so how about we go to a place by the ocean, the exquisite My Design Rules apartment, where Ryle is looking exquisite with the most exquisite view, and I've got the most exquisite food. We are getting together for a snook braai. I mean, come on. Yes, there will be apricot involved. It's going to be sticky. It's going to be sweet. It's going to be salty. It's going to be amazing, and it's just for us. We'll see you after this.
I can't wait.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Hey, welcome. We're live back in Seapoint doing the most. And why? Because Sean Scrooby is in town. Sean, how you doing?
Lekker man, lekker. No, it's wonderful weather.
Yeah.
You know, geez, and it's almost weekend, you know.
And we pulled you all the way out from Fear. That's obviously your restaurant where you're doing the most. So grateful for the time off that you've taken to share with us and Mzansi.
Only a pleasure.
Something special for the weekend. And yeah, I'm seeing fish here. I believe we've got something spectacular happening on the grill. What exactly is going down?
Okay, well, we're closing up on that festive season, the second festive season of the year, and you know what we need to do is we need to eat fish, you know. So we're going to do a little bit of snook braai today.
Yeah.
I love snook. I'm from the West Coast, so you know I used to catch this when I was young, and so we're going to do it West Coast style, a little bit of an apricot glaze. What I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly make a little tray, put it on, and then I'm going to make you work for me. You know, make that glaze, and we'll put it on the fire.
I love that. Listen, you're talking about snook, which I absolutely love. Obviously, I come from like the Cape Malay culture as well.
Yes.
So snook on the braai is the absolute vibe, especially if you've caught it yourself.
Exactly.
That's just even better. But listen,
Exactly.
you don't have to worry about that anymore because obviously Woolworths has the best selection of fish that you can think of. And it comes in, hey, we've got haddock, it's smoked. There's so many beautiful options. And it's premiumly sourced. So yeah, how are we putting this one together, Sean?
All right, so I'm gonna make a little tray. Just put down my, double up my little foil, and I'm just going to fold up the sides, just so that we don't want that butter to go out. Now, the nice thing.
The good stuff.
Nah, exactly. You don't want to lose the good stuff. So I'm gonna just transfer my little snook over onto this here, and it's gonna work really, really nice to keep all that moisture inside. So now. What is better than one snook?
Two?
There we go, baby. So I would recommend when you do this, get yourself 2 snook because it's always good to have some leftover snook, you know?
I love that. Quick question before we jump ahead here. You just pulled out like a perfectly cleaned out snook here. Is that something you prep beforehand or does it just come like that?
No, I'll tell you, it's so easy. Go to Woolies. You know, they've got you covered. It comes ready, lightly smoked, and of course, you know, easy to put on the braai. So the work is already done. We just basically make it happen on the fire.
We are the bones.
Man, I tell you,
What do you mean?
I don't know, because at the end of the day, this is what we want. Snook is bony, you know, it's a lot of work. Exactly. So we're gonna quickly put this, I'm gonna move around, put this onto the grid for us. I'm going to make you work. Let's get that glaze going.
Okay, so you're popping that on the grill right now, and you got me on the glaze. While you're doing that, talk to me through what exactly is going into this glaze. It looks like we've got a few ingredients here, right?
So in the little bowl there, you've got some butter already. You've got some apricot jam. Put that in for us. There we go.
Look at that. And this is hot butter, Mzansi.
There we go.
It's smelling delicious already. All right, so jam's in there.
So now a little bit of garlic.
All right, garlic's going in there.
Perfect. And then a bit of chili.
Some chili, a little bit of a lot.
Well, you up to your taste, you know, you can do it.
All right, and then some coriander, looks like.
That's it, perfect.
Gee, this one's for you and the coriander. I know you
and
love
then
it.
just some dried fruits that you can buy at any Woolies. It's really easy already. That gives it just that little bit extra. Mix it through, mix it through.
I'm going to just mix this through. Obviously, Sean's got the snook on the grill right now, but if you're looking at these sights, these visuals, it looks incredible. I'm mixing up the apricot jam in the malted butter, and it's just getting infused with that garlic, with the coriander and the chilies. Got to smell this one. Wow. Okay, Sean, you're literally showing off right now. This is going to be perfect.
All right.
Talk to me though about the snook. How are we making sure that we prepare that correctly?
Today we've already heated our grill just to make sure that we've got enough heat. I'll put on a little bit of a grill pan. This is also a product from Woolies, really nice because it gives us that extra heat just to get it the cook really nice. And then we've got our little tray that will make sure that all that goodness that you just prepared goes straight back into the fish and keeps it there.
A flavor saver.
Exactly. So if you could hand me over that one, and then what I'll do is I'll make sure that we get this. Oh, lovely. Thank you very much. And all I'm going to do is now just make sure that we baste this wonderful snook in all of this goodness that we've got over here. And then it is just a a matter of wait and see.
Sean, quick question for
Yeah.
those that I'm sure are going to want to replicate this at home, especially when they get to Woolworths and find out about the incredible specials, which I'll talk to them about in a bit. But how do you make sure that we don't overcook a snook? Is that a possibility? Can you do that?
Yes, you know what's the worst thing alive is a dry snook.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what we do
So
is here,
good.
I'm not going to turn the snook around. I'm just going to, it's almost like poaching the snook in the butter. And so we will just make sure that this snook cooks from the bottom up. The skin is really, really sensitive on a snook, so it will just basically release the skin behind, and then it will leave it there, and it will just cook from bottom up.
Beautiful. Listen, if we didn't perhaps fancy snook, but we preferred other fish varieties, do you think something like this would still work?
Well, generally more of a gamey type of fish will do with a glaze. Otherwise, it might overpower it, but the gaminess of the snook really, really enjoys the sweetness of the glaze itself.
And that's essentially enhancing the flavor, right?
Yes, exactly. It's almost like fighting against the gaminess of the snook, and it almost like balances really out.
Oh, it is looking incredible, and you can start to hear the sizzling and the crackling happening right now. And it's not just the snook that we're going to be talking about. There's a lot that we're going to add to this recipe. I want to remind you, though, that the fish is what's really the hero right now. We're talking about hake fillets, haddock. We've got the lightly smoked snook. And for me, the fact that the snook has no bones, guys, this is like a new world that we're living in. Something I hated about snook was exactly that. It took too long for me to eat it because I didn't want to swallow the bones, but it looks like they've done a good deed and taken most of it out. I'd still be careful just to make sure. But yeah, let's carry on the recipe because, Sean, it's not just the snook we are heroing.
No,
You've popped on some corn on the grill.
Exactly. What braai, you know, they always say like a braai without a braai breakie is not a braai.
It's not a braai,
but
yeah.
a braai without a piece of corn on the cob is definitely also not a braai. So just put it on there, like nice on the grid. Make sure that it roasts. We are going to close this sugar up a little bit later on to increase the heat, but that's all we need to do. Put it on there, 10-15 minutes. Make sure that it really, really chars on the outside because you want to have that char taste on the corn itself.
Oh, all right. Well, Mzansi, we're not going to go anywhere. We're going to showcase the rest of this recipe because we're still going to add some good stuff to it. But for you, a reminder that if you are a Woolworths Rewards member, a W Rewards member, you can get 25% off 2 fish items, whichever ones you choose. And for non-Woolworths Rewards members, you get a normal 20% off. So you've got every reason to get involved in the fish options this weekend. And with Sean Scrooby here, we're going to show you how to elevate that meal like no other. We'll catch up with you soon because the round 2 is coming up in just a bit, and it's getting delicious. And it looks like Cape Town's waking up from the noise you can hear. They are ready for this one too. Sanzi, back to you guys.
Oh.
Okay, so it's going to be like that then. Okay, he's going to just keep raising the stakes. I'll raise you a Sea Point balcony with a smoked snook. There we go. Okay, well, we're going to raise you, my friend, a bongi.
How about that? She's here performing a song called Where Do We Go? Only Up From Here.
Hello everybody, my name is Bongi Mvuyana and this is Where Do We Go? It's the first song on my album Power, and it's a continuation of a song, like I said earlier, it's a song that captures a relationship, a progression of a relationship. There's a song called I Don't Know Why in my first album, and this one kind of captures where the relationship went a few years afterwards. So you can listen to that on Spotify. My name is Bongi Mvuyana and this is Where Do We Go?
I'm open to your love again. I'm hoping it can be us again. All these years without you couldn't remove all that remained about you. I can't refute, and I wonder where it goes when it gets cold. Where did the love go? Are you not afraid of losing me? Somebody told me you spoke of me, said you were kind. He didn't know that you'd broken me when could not prove that I remained a part of you, and you love me too. And I wonder, where do we go when we both know that we have not let this go? And I wonder, where do we go when last time we let this thing grow cold? Can we learn our lesson and stay close? I wonder, where do we go? And I wonder, if like before we could learn further and give more, bring down our weapons and stay close. I wonder, where do we go?
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Oh, I think everything's going to be okay.
I know
everything's
so.
going to be okay.
Ah,
Oh,
Bongi.
please take a bow, you incredibly talented human being.
And she's gorgeous. Look at that dress.
Oh,
wow.
man. And I got to say, that was the first sight I was greeted to when I walked into the studio this morning, and it's just set the tone for my day. She's got such a wonderful energy about her. I'm so happy she is getting her rewards,
Absolutely.
her flowers,
Come
as
on.
we say. Come
Well,
on.
she can still smell them. Absolutely love it. Bongi's still going to be here to perform a little bit more for us, and then we've got to get into real goodness. Art Basel, it's something that I've heard about for so long, and we get into the details of that in just a little bit.
It's going to be mind-blowing. We're going to take you to Hong Kong to see where technology and art meet, and the result is spectacular. And then Pali's going to take us on another colour journey with Plascon as well. So cannot wait for that. We'll see you now.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Well, welcome back. Right now, we are diving into the world of art and technology as we explore the stunning showcase at the recent Art Basel in association with Samsung.
It is understandably a very prestigious art fair held annually in Hong Kong, a design epicenter. So let's see how Samsung's products are changing the way we experience both art and design in our homes and how they combine.
Ooh.
Welcome to Art Basel Hong Kong, where creativity meets cutting-edge technology. Samsung is redefining how we experience art with their latest installation showcasing a new vision of art. Let's take a closer look. This is Samsung's Frame TV, a masterpiece in itself, designed to blend seamlessly into your space. It transforms from a world-class TV into a digital canvas. And this year, Samsung is bringing Art Basel into your home with an exclusive collection of 23 curated pieces available in the art store. So, whether you're into contemporary masterpieces or abstract visuals, you can now display art the way it was meant to be seen. Next, we have Samsung's Micro LED, a true game changer in display technology. With its ultra-fine LEDs and breathtaking clarity, it brings artworks to life in a way that mimics the depth and vibrancy of a real-life gallery. Imagine experiencing Art Basel in the comfort of your own space with the same level of detail and immersion. With the art store now available on Samsung TVs, you're no longer just an observer, you're a collector. Samsung is transforming the way we engage with art, making world-renowned pieces more accessible than ever. Through a new vision of art, they're proving that technology isn't just a tool, it's a canvas for endless creativity. So whether you're here at Art Basel or experiencing it from your living room, art is now wherever you want it to be. This is Art Reimagined. Welcome to the future.
Wow.
Sheesh, I feel like I was transported into another world, another realm. My goodness. Gray, I do have a question for you, though. I mean, we saw the beauty on the Samsung TVs.
Incredible.
Incredible things that we can do in this day and age. And I do wonder, what are the first things that you look for when you look to purchase a TV?
I mean, it's relatively diverse. I love the fact that we're working into a space now where you've got beauty and you've got functionality, and obviously functionality on probably a level that few of us will ever push that boundary to its nth degree. But I love the fact that we've made bold strides in designing TV products that don't just focus on the technology and the connectivity, but also elevate the artistic space. I mean, this creates an artistic space. Massive, massive plus for me. And it's not just about that functionality. They're about enhancing the environment. They're in bridging the gap between cutting-edge technology and sophisticated art. And I love the fact that it becomes an installation all the time.
I'm telling you.
It's never just a dead piece of technology or something in your space. So I'm thinking from a professional perspective what something like that would mean in a work environment as well. Beautiful.
It just really is so seamless. And when it comes to one of the favorite TVs that I have from Samsung, it's the Frame TV. I've seen it not only on some of my favorite influencers in their houses, but also just in life. And it is such a great addition to your household or even your space because it blends so well. I mean, when it's not on, it looks like a picture's on your wall.
Well, and you can have original artworks placed on it.
Display.
Great visual art. There are designers out there, artists, graphic artists, creating work that is original for the person watching it. So literally you can have original artworks, pieces that captivate the people in your house or just you.
Exactly.
You know, it's your space. Do something that inspires you. So I think if you're a creative, someone like us, this is it. And of course we've got one of these beautiful frames in our studio. So constantly we like walk past and you're like,
It's a TV.
It's actually
It's
a
a
TV. But I love it, man. Absolutely beautiful.
Oh, I love that. Well, Samsung uses exciting news that we've got for you right now is that Samsung's latest collection of contemporary art will be available to Art Store subscribers on the Frame and Micro LED, with plans to expand to the Neo QLED 8K, the Neo QLED and QLED TVs around July.
So I like it. I think the baseline, as I always say, is starting to shift up up dramatically. Absolutely love that. So if you are a tech enthusiast, Samsung's innovations like the Frame TV, which is beautiful, and the exclusive Art Basel collection, perfectly blend technology and art to transform how we experience and interact and live in our spaces.
Absolutely. I mean, goodness, what an innovative way to enhance our homes. I love these cutting-edge products that not just transform living spaces, but also really enrich our daily experiences.
Beautiful. Well, maybe that's got you thinking about your space a little differently, and we're about to dive into another chapter of the Plascon 2025 colour forecast, which has been invaluable this time. It's all about embracing timeless neutrals, the slow side of style. And to bring these calming, these nature-inspired shades to life, Palesa heads to the stunning Last Word Hotel at Modikwa Luxury Lodge. It is spectacular. So let's take a look at this week's colour story.
Natural colors are increasingly on our mind. We are constantly being inspired by nature, but the idea is to be a part of nature and not apart from it. We are all the way in the Last Word M to unpack Plascon's 2025 color forecast, and today we're speaking naturals. Let's have a look at what our trend analysts Jody and Chris have to say about Plascon's range of natural colors. Chris and Jody, we've steadily worked our way through the color forecast, and now we've landed at our naturals. Can you tell us what inspired the naturals color family?
Natural colors are always going to be in the forecast, but this year we've looked at what natural and man-made look like when you kind of mash them up together. So we've taken a lot of inspiration from stuff like very futuristic building materials, or even just the colors of a kind of dry landscape to look at kind of how our world is changing around us. And that's really all filtered down into our palette for naturals this year.
So Jody, as we dive deeper into this color family, what are some of those colors we can find?
The colors are very much inspired by nature, so the things you'd find outside, like your kind of river clays and your terracottas and your mustards, kind of those warm, natural colors that you'd find outdoors, we are seeing coming through in the naturals palette.
Now we have got nature all around us, and today we're celebrating those natural colors. Yeah. When it comes to the Plascon color palette, what are some of those natural colors that are stand out?
If you look around here, there are so many incredible naturals in this palette. There is a beautiful light sage that you see in the brush, in the bush, and then there's this gorgeous acacia, which is very much like what you see in the trees around us. And you pick up these two tones, these naturals that work so elegantly together, whether it's in the bush, in a resort, in a high-rise apartment, or just at home.
In a country like this, we are born into natural colors, and what a blessing it is to be surrounded by nature.
Step into a world where color meets possibility with Plascon's 2025 Hybridity Color Forecast. Spend 500 Rand or more on any Plascon products and stand to win a state-of-the-art Toyota Corolla Cross 1.8 XS Hybrid worth 500,000 Rand. Simply WhatsApp your receipt, name and ID to this number. T's and C's apply. Plascon, together we've got this.
Always love that assurance.
And I like it. I like the fact that we've got trend-driven, kind of your fast fashion, if you will, in that space, but also the slow neutrals, calming, absolutely amazing. Pali, you're a legend. Thank you so much, my friend, and we'll delve into another colour journey next week.
I love that. What's your colour story? Okay, well, right now, Raul is standing by because, yes, what's cooking good looking? So many great things in the kitchen. We've got a fish, which is great. For something on the side, how about a mango salsa with some corn in it?
I'm there.
I'm there.
Done. There like a bear. In fact, I'm getting in my car and I'm driving to Ryland Sea Point this morning. And then, of course, if you have entered our Bokomo Power Bowl competition, we might be phoning you, in fact, in just a few moments, and you could be winning some amazing prizes. We've already given away a year's supply of Bokomo breakfast. Absolutely amazing. You could be next. Stick around. Welcome back. Your timing is perfect. The energy is pumping. It's building up beautifully, and the prizes are still waiting to be claimed. We've got 5 grand, 1,000 rand, some amazing Bokomo vouchers and more waiting to be won in the Bokomo Powerball game show. So I'm about to call one very lucky winner, and they've already won. So now it's just about choosing the right letter, and there are some incredible prizes in store. Already, our first winner took letter M and won herself a year's supply of Bokomo cereal. Everyone is staying at her house for the rest of the year. Absolutely love that, but we've still got now 5 bowls left to turn and some amazing prizes. So we're going to connect with our next winner, Nompumelelo and Dama. Nompumelelo, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Oh, I love the energy in your voice this morning. Thank you so much. Congratulations. We know that you are already a winner.
Thank you so much.
We've just got to find the right prize. But I've got to ask you, what's your favorite Bokomo cereal? Do you have a favorite go-to every morning?
Yes, I do have. It's the Bokomo with oats. I love it with banana and a little bit of milk.
Oh.
And softly cooked.
Oh, I love you for saying that, because I am on that boat. I absolutely love their traditional oats as well. Great for the gut, great from an energy perspective, tastes absolutely beautiful. Well, let's see if we can match your enthusiasm with an amazing prize. Nompumelelo, so we have got these letters left. We've got the B, O, and the K at the top. Then we have got the bottom left and right letter O. Okay, so you've got the B-O-K-O-O. So I'm going to ask you to point out one of the letters that you think has the prize that you deserve. Just go into yourself, just think about that lucky letter, whatever manifests, I want you to shout it out. Which letter would you like me to turn around?
Letter K.
Letter K. Can I have my gorgeous bottom spinner to please come in and spin the bowl for us? Thank you, Lucian. And we are doing the letter K, which feels lucky. It feels unbelievably lucky. Nompumelelo.
Very lucky.
You've won yourself 5,000 rand! Get out of town! Get out of town, get out of bed, get out of your house, run around the block. That is amazing, Lucian. You are a lucky. Oh, I love you for doing that, my friend. Hey? And you check how happy is that. That's the happiest that Lucian has ever been. 5,000 rand. Nompumelelo, what are you going to use this 5,000 rand for?
I don't know. I'll see. I'm not sure.
Oh, man.
I'm just going to buy more cereal. And also, I'll just take my kids out.
Oh, that is amazing. What are your kiddies' names?
It's Lulama and Okushe.
Oh, well, enjoy the winnings with them. Have an amazing weekend with them. You have absolutely earned this. Well done, Nompumelelo, taking 5,000 rand in our Bokomo Powerball game show. I love moments like this. And I want you guys at home, please sit right where you are. There is still one more chance to win, so stay tuned to see what our final caller unlocks, and it might just be you.
Hi, welcome back to Sea Point. We are live doing spectacular things, ushering in the weekend and chilling with Sean Scrooby. We've pulled him out of Fear Restaurant, he's the owner, and getting his braai skills to showcase for us so that we can hopefully replicate it this weekend.
Of course.
Sean, we just did something special. You just finished off the snook as well as our corn on the cob. Talk to me about how we finish this off.
All right. So let's keep it fresh.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to make a little mango salsa salad with it. And I think it's something easy that one can just pick up and, you know, enjoy. Maybe even add a little bit of that fish into the little salad pocket. So let me tell you how we do that one.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Ingredients over there. Gem heart lettuce, a little bit of mango that we've cut up, some red onion, coriander, and some chili.
Okay.
Now, let's take a little bit of that red onion, mix it into your mango.
Okay, we mix it up in there.
Exactly. Take a bit of coriander, and afterwards, and then bang it in there.
Just a little bit of curry going in there.
And then if you want to, and this is always depending on each personal preference, you can add a little bit of heat. I'm a sucker for heat, but not too much.
I'm going to put about a little piece here and there just for those that want the extra surprise.
Now mix it nicely through just to make sure that we've got like everything mixed.
Okay.
And then once we do that, you've got your little gem heart lettuce leaves. And then that is your little cup. And you're just going to fill your little cup and then we're gonna do like put it in there. And
How cool is that? So this is like a little a no-carb salsa wrap, right?
Exactly.
Oh, that looks
and
cool.
then we just put it around. Now I've got a little bit of this glaze that was left over that I just scraped off the.
That's what we prepared earlier.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And all I'm going to do is just almost like base this on, onto that, so that it just like nice flattens
Finish
it
it
down
off.
and finishes it down, and it's just so nice to give it that extra color while you do that. Now.
I'm getting some ideas here, Sean, because listen, you have a beautiful sort of a no-carb salsa wrap infusion here.
Yes.
We've got the fish. I'm thinking like, bro, we could possibly make this like a harvest-style effect here, where you could grab a piece of fish, grab a piece of this little salsa leaf, which is, as I said, Mzansi, look how perfect this is. Imagine just popping a little piece of fish on that, and then you've got a perfect bite for yourself. I see what you've done here, man.
It's easy and relaxed. And then what I've done is I've just taken a little bit of the lemon, cut it in half, put it on the fire, and we're just going to put it in between there. Make sure that if you want to add in a little bit of that sweetness from the lemon onto your snook, then it will do really accentuate or like lift up that flavors.
Man, you are bringing flavors to another world for me. I mean, obviously all of these on its own is great. And reminder, Mzansi, we're talking about the hero ingredient being the snook. That's ahead of the specials that you can get at Woolworths. It's 25% off for Woolworths members, and then 20% off if you're not a member. And it's not just the snook. We've got smoked haddock. We've got the hake fillet as well. But right now, the hero being the snook, and it's pretty much almost deboned. I haven't found any yet.
Yes.
We've just finished off a beautiful mango type of a salsa, but I believe there's more.
All right, so our corn on the cob.
Yes.
How do we finish this off? We've charred it nicely, so it's got that really nice char. Now, lovely product. My wife is Spanish, and I learned in Spain about aioli. And so I love this garlicky mayonnaise type of thing. What we're gonna just do is, Woolies makes it easy, and I'm just going to put it like, give it a nice little bit of a dollop squeeze, bring that over, and then, because that is just pure heaven.
Exactly. Like the Aeolian Islands.
Exactly.
Nice.
So, take a bit of feta, and I'm just going to crumble it over, and it's just gonna make it, give it that extra bit of saltiness to combat the sweetness of the. I'm going to take a little bit of lime and then, squeeze a little bit of lime over it. Again, that sweetness of the lime, it is so nice.
Well, I feel like I've been living under a rock, because all I ever do with my corn is either eat it like that or put butter over it. I'm looking at this and being like, I have not lived. I've been selling myself short for so long now. Sean, where have you been, man?
Exactly, a little bit of pepper, there we go, over it, and salt if you want to. And look here, we've been doing heat. I've got a little bit of cayenne pepper that I'm just putting over there.
Perfect.
And just for a little bit of bite, and that should be it,
Can I just say that we've made all of this right now? I'm going to put this over here so we can actually make it a serving feel. But guys, myself and Sean together, in no time at all, made this, and you can too. You can find the recipe at expressoshow.com if you want to replicate it. And trust me, you definitely want to, because when you get the inspiration from Sean Scrooby, and especially all the expertise from his restaurant at Feed, you know that these are going to be delicious meals that you can show off with your friends and family. So a reminder, get it at Woolworths, and if you're a W Rewards member, you get 25% off if you buy any 2 fish items. But if you're not a member, you still get 20% off. So you need to capitalize on these deals, capitalize on these flavors, and the fact that Sean Scrooby has come through and absolutely delivered, man. I really appreciate this. I think the only thing we need to do now is eat, right?
Exactly.
Well, for you, Mzansi, don't go anywhere. We're going to be tucking to this, and then ahead of Friday dance, we'll have our appetites ready. And a reminder that I'm so appreciative of the fact that Carissa has Jason Statham in the studio as well. So nice stuff, Jason. How you been this morning? You're looking fantastic, looking really dapper, and I love the fact that we get to share this time with you. But back to you guys in the studio for now, and we'll be back with some dancing. See you in just a bit. All right, Sean, we got to eat this. It looks good. Yo!
Jason Statham's in the studio? Oh, Graham. I got it. He does. He really does. Or Peaky Blinders, whatever piques your interest and fancy. Well, listen, we also have Zoe Human in studio, our resident entertainment reporter, and we're talking about a movie, Novocaine.
Novocaine, baby, I want you.
One of my favorite Frank Ocean songs. It's going to be so great to delve into not only the trailer, but all the details around this movie. and also test our pain tolerance? I don't know. What's yours like?
Listen, you know, I play rugby, so I mean, I love a little pain, but then after the game, I'm like, don't touch me, I'm
just a baby.
Yeah. The adrenaline will get me, but also the adrenaline will get you in this movie, so I'm excited to talk about it.
Very much looking forward to that. We'll delve into the details straight after this. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you now.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, and if no one has said it already, happy Friday. Yes, the weekend has begun, which means the box of entertainment needs to be kicked. So here's the question: what happens when you can't feel pain, but your heart is on the line? That's the wild ride at the center of this movie, Novocaine. It is a high-stakes action comedy where love, crime, and a unique condition do collide. And right now we of course have a wonderful woman in studio to break down this movie to me, who has a lead actor, Jack Quaid, who stars as Nathan Kane, a mild-mannered bank manager with a rare condition that makes him unable to feel pain. But when the woman he loves is kidnapped, his superpower might just be the key to saving her and himself. Let's take a look at this before we delve into this with Zoe Human.
So, what's your deal?
My deal? I'm just a regular guy with a regular job, but I've got this condition where I don't feel pain. Hey, there we go.
Oh my god, you're a superhero.
No.
Can you feel this?
Definitely feeling something. Last night was amazing.
Get on the ground! Open the vault! Cops are here early! We need a hostage. Let's go!
Oh my God, what am I doing? I just want to know where Sherry is.
You ever fired a gun before?
So those are definitely third degree, so you're gonna want to run it under some cool water.
Why don't you just call the police?
Do you think I'm in on this?
Manslaughter, grand theft auto.
Do you know what it's like to wait your whole life to meet someone? Someone who finally gives your life meaning? Would you wait around for someone else to save her? Or would you do it yourself?
Heads up!
What happened to your face?
You should see the other guy.
Tell me everything you know.
What's his name?
You gotta be careful, dude. You can still die. You're not Wolverine. You understand pain?
Oh, no, stop it. Wow, that hurt. That one hurt the most.
That looks so good.
Listen,
I get
it's
how it's
great.
a
I love it.
superpower, but it can be dangerous.
It's not actually a superpower. So he actually has a special condition called CIP, and basically it makes him impervious to experiencing pain. So he can go through the stages of it, and he can, you know, get injured and die from it, but at the end of the day, he won't feel it happening. And that's the main sort of movement of the story, is him going through this process of finding love and trying to save this girl, because he can do whatever he wants, you know, and he just needs to not die. He can still die. So he's not a superhero.
Oh my goodness. Okay, that brings a bit of a twist to it too. It looks absolutely fantastic. I can also see the bad ends of it. If someone cuts your arm off, you're like, I can't feel it, but
listen, I'm so surprised we could actually show this trailer, because if you watch this movie, there's a lot of hectic gore scenes. So if you have a weak stomach, I don't think this is the movie for you. But they approach the gore in such a fun and lighthearted way. I mean, you saw there when he was being tortured, and he's like, how should this experience be? But it's a really good movie, and I love Jack Quaid. He is one of my favorite Nepo babies in the world. He's
by Nepo baby, you got to explain to the people whose kid this is.
This is Meg Ryan and Dennis Quaid's child. So Jack Quaid, love them. But he is also, if you've seen The Boys, it is him playing the exact same character as he plays in The Boys. He has found a niche of cinema that he is so good at that nobody casts him in anything else but him just playing himself, it seems.
I love that. I mean, he's brilliant. That smile also is a little bit sinister, that it makes you feel like, oh, where could this possibly go? It's currently out in cinemas.
It is, for the last week.
For the last week?
Yes.
You had the honor of seeing it already?
I did, and I loved it. I think if you're not into action and you're not into comedy, this is not going to be the one for you. We watched Love Hurts a little earlier in this year. I think this movie does what Love Hurts failed to do. It really gives you the twists, it gives you this strong narrative, and you have to go into this movie, though, without expecting it to be realistic. You need to leave that at the door. You need to be like, this movie is going to be crazy and absurd. I went to go and watch it with my doctor friend, and she was there being like, this ain't real.
That's not medically correct.
That's not how that works. No.
Grey's Anatomy.
But yeah, it is a very lighthearted movie and just a lot of fun, not for the whole family. Don't bring your kids to see this, but for the adults at home.
I love that. I could see this on a date night too, because you did say the story has got some love in it, right?
It does. It does. So it has the relationship of Nathan and Sherry, and she's the girl who works at his bank, and he now falls in love with her after one date. Firstly, to those at home, don't fall in love with someone after one date. I promise you, it's not real. That's limerence.
Also red flag.
And also, don't fall in love with someone who works with you. That's not a good idea.
Also HR.
But yeah, that's what he decides to do, and you know, their relationship is very cute, and we've got an up sound to have a look at, so maybe let's check it out.
Oh, nice. Let's check this one out.
Oh, I love them. They were so cute on camera together. You sort of wish that they were on camera more.
Okay, well, let's see.
I mean, it just felt perfect for me. I mean, I've always wanted to be in an action movie, and this just felt like the perfect project for me specifically, because I don't think anybody looks at me and they're like, what a badass, he could beat me in a fight. But this movie, you know, it's not about how much he can kick ass, it's about how much his ass can get kicked and he keeps getting back up. So I just felt like that really works for someone like me.
Wait a minute, I just heard a really interesting fact that this was actually shot In the mother city?
Yes, baby.
What?
Listen, the scene opens and you're like, that building looks South African.
Look at that.
Then you see an Absa sign and you're like, hold on, wait a minute. This is definitely Cape Town. So yeah, this was shot in the mother city. And he even went on the Drew Barrymore show and spoke about how much he loves Cape Town. And part of me was like, stop talking about Cape Town. We have enough tourists in Cape Town. It's fine, it's fine. But no, he was so loving of our city. And he especially made mention of the seals there at the waterfront.
Yes, of
so
course.
everything has been shot in Cape Town. You might even hear a few accents and being like,
I recognize that.
That's local. That's us. So yes, it's definitely a movie if you want to see our city on the big screen, Hollywood style.
That. Okay, so if you were to give us a couple of stars, what are we saying out of 5?
Out of 5, I think I'd give it 4 stars.
4 stars?
I'm a big fan of this movie, and I'm a big fan to this approach of action. It's very Deadpool-esque in its approach, and it's very new. It has so many mechanics to this movie and techniques of like filmmaking that I think is just special.
Okay,
not
I
like any
love
other
this.
action comedy.
And also actors that we don't see all the time.
100%.
So this is a refreshing take. I like it. She's so cute. Look at that.
cute.
Oh,
Big
man.
fan.
All right, well, check out Novocaine. It's out right now, and it definitely proves that sometimes feeling nothing means everything, especially when the stakes are this high. It is packed with action, as Zoe said, laughs and a twist you won't see coming. So head to your nearest cinema this weekend and feel the thrill, as you can currently see on your screens. Well, this morning, we did put out the question to all our Expresso family, and we asked this on a scale from 1 to 10, what is your pain tolerance? 1 being stepping on a Lego, which is painful in and of itself, and 10 being the pain that makes you see your ancestors. And we asked them to let us know, and this is what they had to say. We have Gary Oakham saying, mine is a 10. When I kick my little toe on a cabinet or chair, yes, Gary. So when I realize I can speak 15 different languages. I get that for sure.
Nadiga Osman says, try bumping that small Twinkie. And then a bunch of little things that I'm assuming mean something. I feel that.
Not
I get
great
you.
for breakfast TV.
No.
All right. Kiel Bapela Williams. Good morning, guys. My tolerance for pain is 9.5.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And I don't believe men when they say that their tolerance is high. They've never had their period. They don't know yet.
We have another one coming
Melo
through.
says, my tolerance is 3. Anything that feels otherwise, I cry.
Wait, Melo, that is so relatable, bro. I cried any moment. But speaking about pain, first of all, thank you, Zoe, for coming through.
I was like, it's been a pain to be
Yeah,
with
it's
me.
been
I
a
was
pain.
like,
She's a pain. No, I'm kidding. She is the best of the best in entertainment. But speaking about pain, we've got to get into something about physiotherapy and Graham. I think those two go together somehow. Graham, more?
The pain journey continues, as we've just seen. The main character in what looks like an amazing new release, Novocaine, doesn't feel pain, something that sounds like a superpower, but in reality, pain plays a critical role in keeping us safe and healthy. It's our body talking back. And whether it's a stubbed toe, which we know is the most painful thing that can happen to anyone, or a broken heart, oh, I feel it. Pain is something we all experience, but how much do we really understand about it? Well, I'm going to extend a very warm welcome to clinical physiotherapist and teacher in the fields of chronic pain and healthcare, Jackie Koop, as we explore what pain actually is, why we feel it, and how we can manage it. If only we all had that superpower, Jackie. We were joking about how hectic the pain space is, because it's kind of the human condition, and we do judge ourselves, and we do it's a measurement within society, but you know this on a completely different level. So can you please explain to us what you do in a slightly more nuanced fashion?
So my background is physiotherapy, and I've become increasingly interested in when things don't heal as expected. When someone still has pain after 5 years. So they had a back injury 5 years later.
Microdiscectomy, yep.
Then the pain is still there, and how does that work? They've had the x-rays, they've had the MRIs, they've tried this, they've tried that, and still they're experiencing pain.
What is it then? What is pain? Have you been able to distill what is actually going on in our body, how we feel it? What is going on when we experience pain?
Pain is fascinating and very complex in that it's not actually a sensation. It's your brain making a calculation. So it's regarded as an output of the brain. Put your hand on the hot stove, information goes from your hand to your brain, Your brain makes a calculation. This is too hot. This could cause injury. Your brain gives you pain so that you remove your hand.
In relation to the danger.
In relation to the danger. So your brain does a calculation around threat. If something feels threatening, it will give you pain to motivate you to move away from the threat.
That immediately says to me we're going to all be working off a different relevance. And we joke about our pain kind of a level and tolerance, but everyone is going to be different because this seems to be informed by not just the physical. I feel pain differently in accordance to my mood. Why is that so?
Yes. Well, along the lines of the calculation the brain makes, and we know that if someone experiences pain, all the areas of the brain light up. The limbic system, which is about mood, the HPA axis, which is around fight and flight, the cognitive processing, what is the relative threat and danger. And so when we talk about pain threshold, it becomes relative to the context.
Are women a lot more resilient when it comes to pain? Can you just put this argument to rest right now?
So there's quite a lot of studies on that, actually. And in some ways, and men and women's physiology is dependent on what their original task was. Men's original task was fight the lion, go and catch the buck.
Put yourself at risk.
Put yourself at risk. So when you put yourself at risk, you need to be able to act fast, but then you need to be able to recover.
Okay.
Whereas women's job is to be able to tolerate discomfort, hide with the child when the guy is busy
and
fighting.
just keep doing that when you need to.
And keep doing it when you need to. So women's physiology is more set to being able to endure, whereas men's physiology is more set to be able to take action, but then reboot so that you can recover, so that you can then go fight again.
So this says to me again that there is a danger in not being able to feel pain. And I've learned to follow the pain. And that's where the magic happens in my rehabilitation. And I can actually sink into it and connect to my body in that sense. Jack, our main character in Novocaine, doesn't feel a thing. Hilarious results. I hate to be the doctor putting back the pieces after them. What are the dangers if we don't have a pain system running properly?
So there's a subtlety there, which is people who don't experience pain, it's a technical term we call nociception, which is that when you put your hand on the hot stove, nociceptors in your skin get activated, and your brain must decide whether to listen to that information or not. So if you put your hand on the hot stove and at the same time someone makes a loud firing noise behind you, you don't feel that.
Wow.
Because your brain chooses that as the bigger threat.
Wow.
So nociception is what people who don't feel pain, they don't feel nociception, which means they don't feel the heat.
But they still take the damage.
But they still take the damage. So I was actually... The character in the film is obviously a man, and the studies that I was reading yesterday were saying that most males don't make it out of being teenagers.
I can concur, yeah.
Well, because if they can't feel that their tissue is being injured, they think it's funny, and they take more risks. And let me show you how I can punch.
You've just explained life. You've literally just explained life and half the broken bones in my body. I love that. So on the darker side of this narrative, what are the dangers? Because so many people around the studio who have helped me in my pain journey live in pain. We all live in pain to some degree. What are the dangers or the knock-on effect of staying in that inflamed, painful state for too long?
Well, it wears you down. It wears you down emotionally. It changes your sleep habits. It restricts you socially so that you find that you don't want to go out with your friends, you rather stay home. And all those factors then increase your experience of pain, ironically.
Yeah, completely. It's a snake
so
eating its own tail,
yeah.
bless you for doing what you do every day. I love the fact that within traditional spaces of medicine, we are being so progressive and looking at the bigger picture, the connection between emotional and physical, because for me, the emotional is where it hits twice as hard. Jackie, you're an absolute superstar. Of course, we're having a little bit of fun around a newly released film, Novocaine, where the lead character doesn't feel the pain and he is willing to take it all on board for the one that he loves. Yes, only after one date. Now, you can hear the excitement when my voice is building up. Why? Because I noticed a certain person has just stepped into studio. Carissa, I think we have an announcement to make.
I think the announcement has announced himself. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Lebo M! Pew, pew, pew. Graham said we need vuvuzelas in studio. We really do, because how else do you welcome in the absolute legend that you are, sir? I mean, you're here with your coffee. You said you came to work. No, you came to enjoy.
I have a new job.
Coming for our jobs, actually. I would love that, Lebo M. Can you imagine the Lebo M and Carissa show? Let's just do it, Expresso fam. But we are here to talk about such an incredible, I would even say history-making show that's about to happen with yourself and the great Hans Zimmer. My goodness. It all goes down on the 12th of April. So it is 18th of April, rather. So it is definitely knocking. And Lebo's going to tell us all about it. I do have a question for you. How's your pain tolerance?
If I knew, I wouldn't wake up.
I was about to say, should we find out right now? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
We're going to have some more fun with Lebo in just a little bit. Grab your coffee just like him, and we'll see you now.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
And just like that, you're right here back on your Feel Good Breakfast Show with the three hosts, the best ones in Mzansi. We'll introduce you to the other one in just a bit. But from the very first note of The Lion King, one voice has defined the sound of Africa for audiences worldwide. It is a sound that echoes across generations, a call so powerful it sends chills down your spine.
My spine is chilling right now. That voice belongs to none other than Grammy Award-winning Lebo M. He has shaped music globally. He has redefined African storytelling. And now, for the first time ever, he's bringing that magical to us, his home, with his debut South African concert alongside Academy Award winner Hans Zimmer, because that's how he rolls. Can we do a massive round of applause? Pretend to have vuvuzelas if you have them. No, the bottom line is...
Pew, pew, pew.
There we go.
Is that close
You're
enough?
off pitch.
The youngsters, they've changed, man. They've changed.
My pain tolerance is low.
I know. Our tolerance is very low now. I find myself getting a little bit emotional just thinking about what you must be feeling right now. my brother, how does it feel coming home and in this way? The stars have aligned for you.
Sure.
It's more than one field. It's been an adventure, you know, because it's been an idea for a long time. You know, when you see an idea keep growing, 30 years later, 10 years later, when it's here, it's unreal, it's surreal, it's kind of exciting and scary at the same time.
Yes.
And now that we're so close to April 18th, it makes sleeping a little bit more painful.
Great, isn't it? And now we'll get your pain tolerance down. But isn't it great to feel those feelings, that nervousness, that performance anxiety again in this way?
Because if you don't have it, it's like you don't have something to look forward to. I'm used to. I seem to be one of those very abnormal people. I operate and function better with a little hint of anxiety.
Oh yeah, no, it's because you're South African, lad. That's our DNA.
I love that. It is just so good to know that Lebo M still gets nervous. Like, that's so crazy to me. But we're so looking forward to this. 18th April's literally around the corner. I mean, I feel like I know why, but I'm going to ask you, why Cape Town? Why choose to bring it here?
I should have anticipated that question. And I always have a really, really amazing answer. Why not?
Why not?
Well, it has been, we've been working on this for over 10 years now, since our first show with Hans, because I've been a guest at Hans's tour around the world for almost a decade. Wow. Yeah. And we've always been we're like studio guys, you know. And when we started hanging out with the audience, it got to me that eventually I'm gonna want to do this at home in South Africa. And then
you almost have to.
Yeah. And as time grows, on stage, sold out arenas around the world, it becomes more and more real. But then it creates a bigger challenge. The challenge becomes a how, not when. So the how takes much longer because one realizes that after I brought The Lion King to South Africa, that was in Joburg, so I knew immediately that I've produced the opening ceremonies of FIFA in Gauteng, and I brought The Lion King in Gauteng, and the next thing that we do cannot be anywhere else other than Cape Town.
So, and then Hans gets an opportunity to chill in Cape Town.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You know,
not a bad place to be.
There is always an added incentive. What is that magic with you and Hans? Why have you guys got such a special relationship?
I think our first project together is not The Lion King, it's The Power of One. And what The Power of One did for us is, you know how you can go into a studio or go to work not knowing what you're going to do, but have a sense that there's energy that says, whatever it is that you're gonna do, it must be special and it's not going in to make a hit record. So we did this movie, Power of One, but Hans was already making movies. I was the tea guy. I was making coffee, and I was a runner at Hilton Rosenthal studio.
That's crazy.
Sure. Hilton Rosenthal was Johnny Clegg's producer.
Come on.
So I was hanging out. I was a kid that's hanging out, just whoever comes in, you want tea, coffee?
I got you.
Mentor me. Mentor me.
No, it was not. I just made tea, coffee. Hans was looking for Johnny Clegg, for this movie about Africa that he needed someone to work with. But I was doing demos a lot in that studio. So that's why I like, you know, I respect people that bring coffee.
I hope you didn't make your own coffee this morning.
No,
so
seriously.
do we, my brother.
No,
so do we.
Because I was the guy that brought Hans coffee, and while he's talking, and Hilton said, but try this kid. Johnny's not here. The next day I'm at Hans' studio. The next thing, I'm co-producer, performer, and I bring Hans to South Africa to record the entire soundtrack of The Power of One. So I think that created a special friendship. But the project itself, we were able to create a marriage of African music, choral and instrumentation with Eurocentric orchestration behind a film. No one had done it that way before. We realized years later that was a demo for what was to become The Lion King.
The first bold
That's wonderful. I wonder about the energy in a studio space versus a live stage in a live setting. How does it differ? How is it the same?
I grew up in Soweto. The first time I really entered a studio was 14 years. in a nightclub. I was the youngest nightclub singer in South Africa at that time. Then I forgot about that because I went to exile at age 16 and hustled the whole way. It was not until then, from Power of One, I ended up just being in movies, just doing, I was the kid you call.
Yeah,
I was the go-to kid. I was the go-to
Because you
kid.
deliver, man.
Yeah, you have a movie, it needs something, I'm the go-to kid. But then, when the Lion King movie came out, honestly, I was not interested. I was relocating back to South Africa. When I went to do the demo of Circle of Life, Nancy Ngonyama, it was just a demo. I just landed, did the demo at 11 and wanted to get back home because I was in between two countries. By the time we finished The Lion King and it becomes this big thing, which was a surprise to everyone, especially Disney. It was not... Pocahontas at that time was the movie that was anticipated to...
Lion King kind of redefined Disney.
We really redefined the entire thing. But I really didn't really feel it that much until we started doing the Broadway productions. When we did the first company in New York, you kind of get a hint of, wow, this is like really big. Because now you're getting audience reaction to that, but I'm not on stage. I'm now the guy behind the scenes. Until we start doing the tours with Hans. And now I'm now the whole
You'll make us
world.
both cry, hey? Be careful.
Don't even.
Because now I start reacting and interacting with the audience for real. So it's been one step after another.
I'm so happy that you are back in this space. And I mean, looking at the lineup of people on from the Drakensberg Boys Choir through the choral arrangements that you got. Mikasa on that stage with you. It's going to be absolutely amazing.
Come on.
Everybody,
and of course, Hans Zimmer will be joining Lebo M. His voice has echoed across the world, and it's here in your feel-good studio this morning. And for the first time, he is bringing his magic home with a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Oh my goodness, I know you're sitting at the edge of your seat saying, Carissa, put me there. Wait, listen to this. You could be there. We're giving away 5 double tickets to this remarkable event, historic event even. Now to enter, head over to our competition post, and all you have to do is tell us why you can't miss out on this historic night with Lebo M featuring Hans Zimmer. Now use that hashtag Lebo M Live in your answer, and you could stand a chance to witness music history. I'm just saying. That competition closes on the 11th of April. T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com. Well, we have a touch and a taste of what you can expect. Let's check it out.
Legendary musician Lebo M, renowned for his work on the Lion King soundtrack, brings his first ever live show to African soil. Joined by global icons Hans Zimmer, Mikasa, the Drakensberg Boys Choir, and more. For one night only on Friday the 18th of April at the Grand Arena, Grand West, Cape Town. Get your tickets now at ticketmaster.co.za. Visit lebomlive.com for more info.
Yep, and we'll keep those details up on our socials, and we're not letting Lebo go anywhere. Lebo M in the house. We're going to continue catching up with his incredible journey and what's motivating him coming back home.
My goodness. And off air, we were all just fangirling over Bongi Mvuyana, who's still in the building. She's up next with another performance. This one is Ingo Kuzikilinda. Hope I got that right.
Hello everybody. So the studio is just electric right now. I am performing before greatness. It's amazing that Lebo M is here. And the song that I'm going to perform is Ngizokulinda. You almost got it right, Carissa. But this song is about a love that's worth waiting for. It's about being with somebody over an extended period of time, and you finally get to express your love for each other. This is Ngizokulinda.
Ngizokulinda, hey, don't you look beautiful? The peace that comes a heart type of beautiful, and you are wonderful. The answer to a prayer type of wonderful. Do you remember when you were just a hope inside pola la crona. Giza la la lise shone. Do you remember when our love was young and growing? Hey, and I surrendered. We had to take our time to keep it going. Oh, Giza Belinda, Giza Belinda, Sanma Sambi. Oh, Giza Belinda, Sanma Sambi. Oh, Giza Belinda, Giza Belinda, Sanma Sambi. Oh, Giza Belinda, Sanma Sambi. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Welcome back, and this is it. The final of today's round of Bokomo Powerball. Now, with only a few prizes left on the board, I have to get into what is left. We've got a couple of letters, a B, middle O, bottom left O, bottom right O. What is it going to be? It is time for one last spin, so let's see who our last caller is for this morning. Good morning, Peta Mvuyana. How are you?
How are you, ma'am?
I'm good. How are you?
Yes.
Good. Are we feeling lucky on this Friday? I mean, is the energy up?
Yeah, I feel lucky today.
That's great. Here's a trick question, Peta. What did you have for breakfast?
I'm going to have Bokomo.
Yes, Bokomo. Let's go, Bokomo. Okay, so which letter is it going to be? Let us know. B, middle O, bottom left O, bottom right O.
Bottom left O.
Bottom left O. So that, okay, I don't have the responsibility, thank goodness. Let's bring in our resident spinner. Lucian, bottom left O. Okay, Peta, what you've won this morning is 1,500 Rand! Wow! Peta, you are 1,500 Rand richer. What are you going to do with that money?
I'm going to buy it for next month.
I love it, I love it. Well, congratulations. I hope you feel like a winner this morning.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Awesome. Peta Mokoena, our final winner of today's round of the Bokomo Power Bowl, but so much more still coming your way. Don't miss your chance to be part of this excitement as you feel. Grab your favorite Bokomo cereal and enter to win. And here's how you can do it.
Start your day with Bokomo and start winning. Enter the Bokomo Powerball competition and stand a chance to win your share of 3 million Rand in cash and prizes. Buy any participating Bokomo cereal, upload your till slip to Bokomo's WhatsApp line at 074 666 0900, and you could be selected to play live on the Bokomo Powerball game show, where even bigger prizes await. Competition closes for May 2025. Entry details and T's and C's at bokomo.co.za.
Yes, and welcome back. Mzansi, we are live right here in Sea Point, absorbing all the chaos and ambiance and absorbing all this magic right here. Yes, Shamik is back from the Devolution Dance Fam. Bro, incredible stuff was happening, fresh from Cape Town Carnival, but it gets even better than that. You're not only celebrating that moment and the incredible work that your dancers have done behind me here, but there's also something incredible happening in the future, man. Talk to me about where you're off to next.
So basically we have a big trip happening. So we basically danced Global Dance Supreme last year. Yeah. We won the Legion Championship, and then we qualified 2025 to represent South Africa in Dubai. So the competition's name is World Supremacy Battleground.
Yeah.
2025.
Statements are being made, and clearly, Mzansi, there's a lot that it takes to get these people to represent us, our country, internationally. So come through and maybe you can assist them. I know finances are going to be something that everybody needs. So if you've got some extra moolah, let's give it to them and send them off. And here's a reason exactly why they're representing us on the big world stage. That means move your coffee tables, Mzansi. It's Friday dance time. Let's go.
I own the world.
Yeah, Missy, she too much for me. Took me to the crib and she told me, and my baby mama told her not to beat me. Bro, wanna fight, listen out the street. She's sitting on the pad, she got money, I got giving them back shots and got money. Now you can see me in the booth like, whoa.
No girl can't see me and start traveling. Them a man can't see me walk on them. We no love chat, but me a want them. Tell them it's a real Shenyang anthem. Now fight no girl over no man, me no idiot. If me a take your man, me a keep that. Them a see me in a street and pass and whisper to friend if I see that. If a girl touch me nah say me nah be that. But if me a take your man, me a keep that. She a see me in a street and pass and whisper to friend if I see that. The big bad and brave, so me beat me chest. No girl can't see me and try take set. The bitch would have fix so bring her to the vex. Young stamp fist in a chest when me step. No fight over man, but stress over youth. Some girl head full of ear like parachute. When me and him par, everybody say we cute.
dancing behind the scenes. We'll get one more performance from the Devolution dance crew doing amazing things. But of course, we have an amazing thing sat right next to us right now.
With amazing people.
Oh, stop it. That's why he's allowed to come back. Lebo M in concert on the 18th of April at the Grand Arena at Grand West. And of course, he's invited some friends. The likes of Hans Zimmer will be joining him on that stage. An incredible choral lineup. The Cape Town Philharmonic. It is going to be a musical journey. In fact, a moment in time that I think deserves to be recognized. We're going to find out about legacy and what he wants to achieve with this moment in time on the other side of this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. A little bit earlier, we made the big announcement that Lebo M, the much talked about concert, is happening the 18th of April at the Grand Arena at Grand West. But I think Lebo M's impact goes so far beyond the stage, from shaping the sound, obviously, of The Lion King to collaborating with some of the biggest names in music, like Hans Zimmer, who will be joining him on that stage. His career is nothing short of legendary, right?
Goodness, and he's still here to dive deeper into this journey. And thanks for giving us time, man. You're just chilling here, like, whatever you need.
He's got a house in London. He's chilling. We can get it back.
I'm here all day. I don't want to leave. I'm here all day. Let's just keep this going.
Oh, you can stay. You can
nice
stay.
And relaxed.
Sometimes I look at you because you are quite a chilled person in real life. And I wonder if you realize, I'm sure you do, but just the bigness and the impact of Lebo M. I mean, You've done some of the most iconic work that I know, my kids will know, people before me knew, generations to come will know. Do you feel that? Do you feel the weight of that?
I think you said a word that's important, work. I used to joke around and say I work for Lebo M and I work with Lebo M. And over the years, I've learned to actually separate the two. Because having the privilege of interacting with so many people around the world in this industry, you learn certain secrets, which is I don't know how to live like Lebo M because I work for and work with Lebo M. You know what I mean?
Tirelessly.
So so over the years you learn to separate the work, the person, and the brand, the global brand. But you also are practical about. I started experiencing the impact of the work over the years. You know, not with Lion King and many other movies. Just before I did Mufasa, I was actually doing The Woman King.
Yes.
So from one project to another, I've always learned that it's work. But there's some project that you just simply can't avoid. There's a story I was telling a couple of days ago when we did the 30th anniversary of the Hollywood Bowl. At the Hollywood Bowl, rather, of The Lion King. It was the first time we have the entire cast of the original Lion King 1994 movie with Broadway production all in one stage.
Full circle, yeah.
And the thing is like full circle, but it's at the venue of my dream, the Hollywood Bowl. When I was in LA, I used to drive taxis. Then I used to park my taxi at the Hollywood Bowl and say, one day I'm going to play this venue.
I'll see you again.
So those are the moments that make you appreciate the journey and appreciate the impact of the work.
Oh my gosh, that shook me up.
Yeah, and I'm struggling a little bit, because your journey is a lot of people's journey as well. And I think you understand the responsibility of that, and you've worn that mantle so proudly, so thank you for that. But when we talk about those full circle moments with Circle of Life, with that intro, was there a moment where you maybe heard it so out of place from where you expected? Was there a full circle moment when you realized just the impact of that?
There have been many, but one of the few that stands out is many years ago, I was not conscious of how huge the Oscars are. It's probably around 1995, 96. And I was not aware that I was one of the main 4 guests. The movie was very big at that point, you know. So I was doing like a sound check rehearsal, you know. I went with, I'm talking about big stars, so I'm out there and I'm
all the stars.
Yeah, the Oscars, bro. You know, I'm like, man, the next thing, the whole damn place is full. And I really got nervous. It was like very impactful. But it's those small moments when you sneak into a project like that, or, again, I always reference the Hollywood Bowl. I knew that we've done something at this point around the world for 30 years. But being the lead at the Hollywood Bowl with Jennifer Hudson and everybody else, and that, you know, it has had an impact. The most I've really experienced it is probably when I was in South Africa, got my Lifetime Achievement Award, my first one, which was special. And from that moment on, I knew that I'm sneaking back home, and eventually I'm going to do something. And April 18th is that something.
It's here.
Come on.
In Cape Town, huh?
It is here. We're honored that you chose the mother city. Honestly, I can't wait for the moment.
If you could be any character in The Lion King, who would you be, do you think?
That's a good one.
Scar.
Oh, wow. Shots fired.
I was not expecting this.
I know. Nobody expects that.
Why?
Why do you say that?
The attitude. Scar is like, I don't care, I'm getting what's mine.
I'll get my flowers.
Yes, and you definitely got what is yours. I love it. Now, when it comes to do you ever find yourself singing it in the shower? And if you do, please do a rendition of how you do it in the shower or around your house while you're cooking, just randomly, because you can.
I thought this was a family morning show.
It is, and that's exactly why I got to ask
but it's a crazy family. We should have warned you. The family is completely off its rocker.
Well, fortunately, I never do that.
You don't?
Yeah.
Like hold up a loaf of bread. I mean, come on, you must be so
Hold on,
tempted.
for bread. What's in your coffee?
You've had the same coffee, my friend, I think.
Can I do something right now? I'm going to give you this. You're going to raise it up.
Okay,
and then
who's
you're going to
this?
sing it for us. That's Simba.
Simba.
That's the hungriest, skinny Simba ever.
Times is hard.
The rest?
April 18th, you think we're going to follow you?
I like it.
Go ahead, do it.
I did.
No, if you want to see it, and April 18th.
April 18th,
Grand
baby.
Arena. Oh, buddy, I feel like we're going to get an invoice for about 570,000 Rand now because of what you've just done.
I was trying to save you.
But it'll come from his management, not from him.
Dollars.
No, actually, now that I know your spirit animal is Scar, it's probably going to come directly from you. Oh, buddy, I want you to revel in every second of being here. I can just see on your face how much this means to you. You
Means a
are
lot.
soaking up every second,
Means
so
a lot.
please do that. In fact, can we see how the people are feeling about having this legend in our space today?
All right, well, let's go into this one. Coming through from Letabo, saying, good morning, Expresso Show. I can't miss out on this magical night of music by Lebo M Live and Hans Zimmer because I love and I grew up listening to his music. I remember my father, who's no longer with us, telling us about a time when Lebo was performing in Maseru. His story is a story of resilience and excellence. One of my biggest dreams as a member of the South African Youth Choir was to share a stage with Lebo and get a chance to ask him what fueled him.
Wow.
He reminds me of my father, who was just as resilient and is the epitome of someone who's humble. Also, I can't afford the ticket because I'm a full-time student. I would have bought one if I could, and that's exactly why I'm entering this competition.
Wow, that was a pretty good entrance. And just a reminder there, we are in fact giving away 5 double tickets to this remarkable experience, or maybe 4 after that response.
Yeah, that first one knocks you out. Huh?
That's got to be amazing to hear
yeah,
other people's full circle moments that
yeah,
attach to you.
Yeah, especially in that context.
Exactly.
You know, Lesotho and all of that.
100%.
Yeah, it's quite beautiful.
We
shout out
see you.
Maseru,
We
man.
see you,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank
Well,
you.
if you two would like to be like Letabo, all you have to do is enter the competition post and tell us this, why you can't miss out on this historic night with Lebo M featuring Hans Zimmer, using that hashtag Lebo M Live in your answer, and you can stand a chance to witness music history and to meet Scar in the flesh. The competition closes the 11th of April. T's and C's are on expressoshow.com. Lebo M, what a legend, what a moment. Thank you for your time.
No, thank you for having me.
I don't know when last someone said this to you, but we love you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much
Appreciate
for
you very
everything
much.
that you're doing. The 18th of April is where you can see Lebo M Live at the Grand Arena at Grand West. Get your tickets now. We'll keep those details up on all of our social platforms and go and show him some love. And DM, he answers back. He'll give advice. He will mentor, because that's what he does. And then he'll send you the invoice afterwards. Now, Lebo, you're an absolute gem. We love you. So thank you so much for being here.
very
We'll
much.
see
Yeah,
you guys
yeah,
in just a moment.
Yeah.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show for the final time this morning, and we're going to make it big because Mzansi, the Powerball jackpot storm guaranteed at 81 million rand this Friday is your chance to make it rain lots of cash this March.
I almost forgot because I was enjoying my hat so much that I forgot to make it rain. But at least when the money falls, I won't even feel it on my head. But hopefully you will be feeling it as well. And you guys need to get your tickets, and you can do it in a number of ways. You can go in-store, obviously, with a big smile on your face. nationallottery.co.za. Online, you can use their mobile app. You can use your cell phone banking setup, or you can dial *120 *7529# for the USSD.
I love that. Easy peasy. Well, all these details, as well as Lebo M, you can find those details on our Expresso social media pages. Go and check it all out. And then Panda Pusher play Powerball for the guaranteed 81 million rand in jackpot today. And you, yes, you could win millions.
Oh, man. Well, I think it is the weekend, so I think we should officially look at that gorgeous face for 5 more minutes and kickstart the weekend properly.
Oh yes, and we are back live from Sea Point. The sun's officially up. The weekend is here, and ahead of everything that we get to celebrate, let's celebrate some dancing right now. The De-Evolution Dance Fam are here once again. They're going to be bringing us a reason to get behind them and support them ahead of the incredible occasion happening, and that's going against the rest of the world. So, Mzansi, we only need to do one thing right now. You know what it is. It's time to move the coffee table. Let's usher in the weekend, and let's celebrate with your Friday dance. Let's go. All right, so just a quick one, some slight technical difficulties there. Don't worry, we are going to get this dance happening right now. We're just loading up that phone. It looks like there's some Bluetooth issues, but don't worry, we're live. That's what it's all about. So a reminder to you, Mzansi, obviously De-Evolution Dance Fam are coming fresh from the Cape Town Carnival. As you saw earlier in that first dance, they were doing something spectacular. Not only celebrating that, but celebrating the opportunity for them to go dance against the rest of the world. And that's what's happening next. So a reminder, find them online, go research them, and it's going to give you an incredible opportunity to get behind them and support them, because let's be honest, this costs a lot of moolah at the end of the day, and as you have seen earlier, there are a lot of people here willing to celebrate that moment. So it looks like we're pretty much ready. Is the music all good, guys? Are we ready for this one? And while they get ready and get into their place, a reminder, let's get behind them. Let's celebrate our South African talent and all of what we have. So fresh Cape Town Carnival was done, and now we're heading to our Friday dance. So I think it's time to celebrate. Shamik, you good? Finally, it is time. Let's, if you haven't already, move the coffee table and let's get it going. Yeah!
Now look at you walking in here looking all pretty and angry and mean and good. I know you didn't get your hair done so you could just sit down and just sit still. Hey, we trying to have a good time tonight. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. It's my birthday. No, it's not. But I still look good, though. I bet you want an autograph. You and your friends. Gotta do it in the penthouse. That's why I came up there. What you can't dance, ain't got rhythm. But you got a man, I'll see you with him. Put your phone down, let's get it. Forget your Instagram and your Twitter. Got me like, whoa, wait a minute. You need to take a minute. Loosen them shoulders up, power it up, let's work. Throw some palm on your attitude. Girl, you gotta relax. Let me show you what you got to do. You gotta lay it back. Matter of fact, bang, show how to lay it back. Show how to lay it back. Show how to lay it back. Ow! Show how to lay it back. Alright! Come on, baby, I love you. No breaks when you push that back. That's right, do it just like that. Hold tight when you tiptoe.
Wine for me, darling. When you move your spine is alarming. And when you just wine to me, darling.
Trying to figure out who to give your love to. Dancing like a freak till 3:15. You know I'm the one you've been looking for. Left cheek, right cheek, left cheek, right cheek, left cheek, right cheek, left cheek, right cheek. Tip top, tip top, tip top. Chains on, got me looking. looking like a disco. Who that be? In that drop, be my sorry. Who that be? Blowing gas at the Rari. Fresh vanilla smooth like a 100-year wine. And I sneak up from behind. What's your name? What's your sign? Huh? Wine for me, dog. You wanna dock in or fly out? Wine for me, dog. Baby, you wanna lease, rent, or buy out? Wine for me, dog. And that money keep blowing. Swat, shorty, tip tongue. Got your left cheek showing, mama. Tip, huh? Bring that body my way. Can't take it off my bread. Not like you do, baby. I'm begging.
Nada. Feel Good production.
Yeah, that's what. Friday dance like no other. Shafiq, I gotta thank you so much for bringing the Devolution Dance fam out here. Happy weekend of Mzansi live from Seaport. Have a beautiful one. Yeah.